And we're live. Howdy, everybody. My name's Fabs. Welcome to Going Critical. What's up in the future? This is a pre-recorded episode. Yeah, this is gonna be our last session for Reckoning in Dawn's Shadow. It's been a wild ride. But you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Just as fun as we started. 12 episodes of awesome with these guys. Anyway, let's introduce you to these guys. Let's start with Luke.
Help! My name is Luke Trevisi. I've been trapped inside of this Twitch stream. You need to help get me out. The only way to get me out is Prime subs. It's the only way. Please hit that Prime sub button. Subscribe. My name's Luke Trevisi. I play Andres Utak, the human pit fighter.
Toffee.
Hey guys, I'm Tommy Plays. I've also been trapped in this Twitch stream for like months on end. The only way you can free me is by sending me New York tap water to California. I am a Twitch streamer, actor based out of Southern San Diego, and I need the New York tap water. And I play Bayani, the halfling Mentala wizard.
Saf. Yeah, you need to get You need to do it the same energy.
Oh my god! I've been trapped inside of this Twitch stream for months on end! And the only way you can get me out is by sending me a lifetime supply of boba! I play Celeste, the Shadow Sorcerer.
Amazing. Joe.
I am Joe. I too am trapped in the Twitch stream of the future. If you don't mind cash apping me $420.69, if you wait until the end, I will let you know what my cash app is and my legal name and my credit card number. I play Hunjin, the Dragonborn Ranger Cleric.
Amazing. And last but not least, Stella.
Hello, my name is Stella Luna, and I have also been trapped in this stream for a couple of months. If you want to free me, all you need to do is like and subscribe Going Quit RPG here on Twitch and also on Twitter.
Yep, we got Twitter, we got YouTube, we got everything.
Follow them. This is an amazing platform, and you can get notifications for all of this awesome content for free.
For free.
For free.
But if you want to pay us, it's Patreon. But yes.
Yeah, Patreon. For more stuff. Yeah. Hi, I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV on all other social media. Today I'll be playing Moon, and I'm just just your regular old person, nothing shady about anything I've ever done. I'm just here to support my friends, and I am a desperado rogue changeling.
Hell yeah. Again,
Yeehaw.
I'm your DM for this session, every session. My name's Fabs. I do a lot of things on this channel. Let's get to it. Last we left off, we had kind of like a training montage preparation. We learned that there is an evil power pretty much congregating in the city of the lands of Kandigan, in the capital city. We actually fast forward to the party heading into a kind of mega dungeon competition of the underground variety as entertainment for the rich and the powerful. It has been known that we have a sponsor, and with that sponsor is they're sending the party who know that they're this weird energy pretty much congregating. Sorry, there's like a lot of things happening right now on chat. Anyway, there's huge like weird dark energy that is congregating in the island, and this may answer some of the questions, such as what is happening to Bayani's city, maybe something to explain what's happening to Celeste, and pretty much explaining what's going on with the Narog. And now we open as the party has been in this jungle island area for quite some time now. It has been about 2 hours since they have been released onto the shore, and in front of them, they find an entrance to some form of ruin. They have been told that that each team, there are 6 other teams, and each team is set to enter these ruins through specific entrances, and this one is theirs. In front of you all, you find kind of moss-covered stone with engravings of kind of faded hieroglyphics from maybe a century. You also notice that all these engravings tell, if you look close enough, tell kind of a story of a serpent eating the moon, eating several moons until one of the last moon is spared based because of the citizens helping out. And that's what you see on here. The door is quite open, and you are free to enter as you please, but you are also warned prior to docking into the island that these ruins are going to be booby-trapped heavily, not only by the organizers, but also by the old residents of this ruin. Who they are, it's quite a mystery, but you can find out based on context clues on the walls of this ruin. So I will leave you to it. By the entrance of this ruin, what are you guys doing?
Let's check for this.
Oh no!
Sorry.
The only thing that'll cure Joe is your prime sub.
It's the air!
I
Let's check
quickly
for
make you
traps.
some green tea with honey in it.
Thank you. Let's check for those traps before we enter.
Okay. So, by the entrance, if you want to check for traps, roll me investigation or perception. Let me know which one you roll.
Perception.
Can I
Was it-
help?
Moon should do it.
Yeah, if you guys can.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, yeah. If Moon
you.
wants to handle investigation, I can handle perception if that's possible, or I can.
Yeah. Different
Okay.
skill checks will garner you different. You guys want to do separate?
I'll
ones? It's fine.
investigate with my fingers. Oh God. 14.
31.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, with the 14,
Welcome to the end game, baby.
With the 14, you pretty much don't notice a lot of. Your investigation garners you nothing so far. It seems that this door was already trapped and triggered before you got here. From, you could probably assume, is from like the organizers trying to get this door open, so you have a way through. For perception checks, you find that there are a few triggers, whether they are active still, like floor pressure sensitive triggers. That's up to an investigation check, but you do see where these triggers are. You also notice that there is a tripwire at the end of the hall where the light kind of dies out before darkness hits within the ruin. So you can see like there are like some form of decay in the ceiling that lets in light, and you can see it's about like early morning, like maybe around like 10 or 11. It's almost noon, so the light is still bright outside. And you notice that there are still like at the end where the light stops, there is kind of like this thin line, where you know when like a beam of light, kind of like illuminates the dust within like an area. This dust is actually like hitting the like kind of like a tripwire that you see at the end. So with this, you can navigate easily, whether or not they're active. You can navigate easily and kind of avoid these traps if you want. It will take like another investigation to see, to trigger or to disarm them if they are.
Well, I mean, we all can just walk over that little piece of string, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. My
That's
legs
not
are feeling
the-
kind of wobbly after the boat ride, so I don't know. You might have to carry me, Andres.
You know, I can do that. Why don't I just shake the room?
I don't think you should do that. We don't really
The
have a lot of
collapse?
time.
You
and
can do that?
you
Yeah, I
collapse
can
the
shake
the entire hallway.
No, yeah, I just shake the room a little bit with a little bit of thunder sounds, you know, just make it a little rumbling in the room.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
Okay. So you cast thaumaturgy down the hall.
No. But Andres acknowledges Hoon saying no and goes, okay.
Oh. Thank you.
He goes, if Hoon says no, it's a no.
I feel like Celeste just watched this like ping pong of being like, what, you are? No, he's not. Oh, he is.
Amazing. Yeah. So
Let's be careful.
yeah. You
don't
see
know
there
what
are
we're
like
going to be expecting.
there are about 6 pressure plates that can be triggered but are easily, if you know where they are easily avoidable. And then the last string.
Before we properly head in, also, I'm going to set up a lantern of tracking undead, just kind of on like a little like stick device that I am just like propping up with my shoulder. So there's just a lantern. It'll be burning for 6 hours, and only 6 hours. If there is any undead within 300 feet, the flame turns bright green, but it doesn't pinpoint any exact location. I just want that on as like a constant thing, just
Okay.
in case.
Thank you for letting me know how long it stays. That's perfect. Yeah, okay. So you do that, and you guys make your way in. It's still safe until you get to the tripwire. You walk over it, and who here has dark vision?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I think I do as well.
Okay, the 3 of you with dark vision notice, you see it through dim light, as if it's black and gray. You see that it goes down about like 50 more feet, and at the end it kind of forks into 2 more paths. For the people without dark vision, it is pitch black. So without a torch, you're gonna need to rely on, but you have a lantern, right? So this lantern also acts as a.
I have my lantern, yeah.
Yeah. So, the lantern I'd say is about like illuminates 30 feet in front of you. So
It's only 30 feet.
Yeah. So basically, you see 30 feet in front of you guys, and
Can-
beyond that, yes.
Can I cast thaumaturgy to make that flame brighter for us?
It can be
Andres,
brighter.
how about this? And Andres, if you don't mind, just give me your hand. Can I
What?
just have your hand?
No,
here,
but
Andres,
like
please?
I could just make it. It's fine. It's fine. I could see. Obviously, I could see right in front of me, and he's like, you could see him like grabbing onto a wall. Like, yeah, I could. No problem. Just see right in front of me. No
I
problem.
love how Andres
give me
is
your
like,
hand.
I have magic now. Please acknowledge.
Let me use my magic, please.
Yeah, do it.
I mean,
All right, I'm just gonna make it bright. I'm just gonna just make the lantern flicker. Just a little bit like, huh? Does that do anything?
That flicker actually extends the light for about.
Does it
10
make it
feet.
brighter? Can we see further?
Yeah, 10 feet.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it
So I could hold that for like a minute.
yeah. So it extends for about 10 feet. It's a cantrip, so it's fine.
Okay.
I just go ahead and just reach into my pouch and pull out like a smushed firefly, and I rub it across Andres' hand, across his rings, and I cast light. Making it like a golden light color.
Ew.
No, actually, no, disco ball light.
Yeah.
On the ring.
Amazing.
Very good.
You know, maybe
Thanks,
leave
Biani.
the problem solving to the actual magic people. I mean, I know you're magic.
Right, all of us
in
as
all
magic
aspects,
people.
You know, but
all
like,
of us are magic.
yeah.
And as you
Fine.
go
You have to head in the
through,
game here, Andres. This is
cool. So continuing, you guys definitely like. So you guys get to the fort. It's about like 60 feet in. There are two paths in front of you. Because of your perception, it was super high, so I'll give it. There is a bunch of like pressure traps on the left path, and on the right path it's just smooth sailing, just going downwards. Although the left path goes directly straight, but the right path kind of heads downward.
Hoon. What are your lizard senses telling you?
The lizard, Biani.
Sorry, your dragonborn sense is telling you.
Alright, I think maybe we should just sidestep away from that. Hoon, you got anything?
I've not done this before, but I can summon a beast.
I can
Sacrifice?
try to disable
No.
devices if you want me to. I might have broken a few things or broken into a few things at some point in my life.
What is a device?
And what did you break into?
Devices can be many different things, including houses. And over there. The left path has a number of different traps.
Yeah, I mean, I can just send my unseen servant just sprinting down the pathway, see, and have it, use up as many traps as it can. At least you won't get injured, Moon, and we'll find out if that's a better path or if we want to go down the other way.
Whatever
I could shake
costs
the ground.
less. Whatever costs less for us at this moment to perform.
Okay, I can go ahead and do that. And I'll go ahead and cast Unseen Servant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put like a spare glove onto it, just so that the whole party has kind of like a visual cue of where it's going.
I would say, like, your mastery of this unseen servant, you can make it look like
Okay.
he's like in a cat suit that's like just green or something.
No,
Morph suit?
no, I
I'm a
put
ma-
my hat
Ah,
on.
that's
Unseen
perfect.
Servant.
Okay.
The hat, but then it's also like the episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob makes like the bubble guy. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's how I've been imagining it.
Good.
So
Alright,
you have
Jerry.
like a bubble guy.
Jerry?
His name is Jerry. Jerry's just like, you see the bubble just like bubbling and like
Yeah.
glooping and just like nodding to you.
That's a bubble broth right there.
Jerry!
Take one for the team, and I go ahead and just send it down the hallway to try
That's
to.
brutal.
And
Take one for the-
and you see the bubble guy look at one of the walls as if it's looking at like a camera or something. Does like a thumbs up and just starts running.
You
And
got
it-
this, buddy.
And you see this unseen servant, although incorporeal, activates all the pressure plates. You see different different types of traps. You see spears coming from the wall. You see darts coming from the ceiling. You see a pit open up. They crawl out of the pit again, and then you see a kind of like a gargoyle head spit fire. And you see at the very end a kind of like a whistling sound happens, and then you see as like the bubble boy is waving at you guys, he gets squished by 2 logs.
My hat.
Jerry!
Well, your hat got like kind of like
Like
flipped
whisked
in the
down.
air,
Yeah.
and then now it's floating down on the ground.
Someone just walks out with a gun and just keeps, unloads it.
And
That's
as you see all of that happen, the bubble guy is gone. Jerry is no more. You see the traps reset.
Dang. All right, who's ready to go next?
What?
Well, maybe we shouldn't go that way.
Here, let me just try, all right? I know what I'm doing. I open a little compartment on my belt, and I pull out some of that silverware that I stole.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna use them as thieves' tools,
Yeah,
but flavored as utensils, because
Yeah,
that's
of course.
funny. All right, I have a plus 13, so
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah, let's go.
I need
Alright.
you to roll me. I need you to roll me at least a 17 to
Okay.
disable all of them.
okay. Well, I rolled an
Um,
11, so that's 23.
Fantastic. So describe to me how you disable all these traps.
I would love to. You see a fork and a spoon. And then Moon kind of hunkers down, and you hear this mechanical scratching noise as she just gets in there and digs the utensils in. And you hear various clicking noises, various curses as she makes work of a number of panels to make a path down the way. It's not a straight path. You're going to have to do a little bit of hopping and like hopscotching across. But she manages to get all of them, or some of them. The bare minimum.
Oh no, you get all of them with the 22.
Okay.
And you get your hat. Put it back if you want to put it back on. You look and you just survey everything. It's still a little dark. But you guys are free to move through. This pathway leads you into a huge kind of like chamber in there. It kind of dips in about 15 feet downwards, but the whole chamber is about 20 feet by 20.
I lick the spoon and the fork, and then I put them away.
It
Yeah.
tastes mossy.
Oh.
Oh.
I give Moon
Earthy.
a lollipop.
Oh,
Positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
my reward.
It's like a
That's why you
reward.
broke into all the houses, right? For all the lollipops.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Just
one
the
time.
Saying.
And as you now congregate by the entrance, you start hearing noises, kind of like chittering from above.
Perception check.
Sure. I'm just waiting for you guys to let me know what you guys want to do.
Like how we all stopped and we're like,
I was like, not
19.
it.
19. You look
Yeah.
upwards. So now that you have the light source, you're seeing now that the 15-foot drop is filled with kind of like this mucus-like substance. And you look up and it's just cocoons.
Do they look edible?
Oh no!
They could be. If you try hard enough, you probably can.
heard you and I thought that you said raccoons at first, and I got very excited, and then I put two and two together that you said cocoons, and I was like, ooh, no.
Yes.
No.
And you're starting to see that they're like kind of moving a little bit. But they seem undisturbed right now.
Moon
bugs.
nudges Andres and points to the ceiling.
Yeah. Andres puts his hands on the wall, and he goes, just let me do this. Just let me do this.
Come on, just
What is
once.
this gonna fucking do?
It's gonna drop all of them, and then they're gonna fall, and they're gonna get squashed.
What if they hatch?
I pull out my gun.
I was about to say, I'm gonna ready a cantrip.
Okay.
He points at Moon and goes, gun.
Takes both my rapiers out. All right, go for it.
Yay. So you cast thaumaturgy.
Yes.
Roll me a what is your spellcasting modifier? It's charisma, right?
It's charisma, yeah.
Roll me a spell check with your charisma and proficiency.
Okay.
You hear Celeste go, wow, Andreas, you're so magical.
22.
Shit. Okay. With a 22, you all feel a rumble on your feet that reverberates into the wall, and you're starting to see the larva just like swing back and forth and quiver, and one in like the farther back just drops, and you see like just like a splat on the ground, and then you see another one, and you see them one by one just start dropping, and it's starting to rain larvae.
And then Andres is laughing.
As you're laughing, you look
That's
up.
disgusting.
You start to look up, and it looks like a huge spider butt. It was attached to a spider butt.
Shoot it.
You shoot
My
it?
cantrip, my cantrip would go off as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not like I'm gonna let you guys know they both hit because this is big. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna roll a series of skill checks to get
Hell
through
yeah.
this dungeon
Hell yeah.
while you are being chased by a giant spider. Fantastic.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, I thought it was skill checks to kill the spider.
Well, you'll be able to do it later, but yeah, you guys can fight the spider, try to run away. This is like a general thing of how we're gonna deal with it. Okay. So during this whole thing, you guys can choose to run away, choose to fight it. Either way, I need 5 checks, 5 rolls to see what happens to how to deal with this. You give me a skill check you want to do, you roll for that, and I'm going to describe what happens. Cool?
Cool.
One for each of us or 5
Exactly.
from each?
One
okay,
from
okay.
each. So
Okay.
you need, with 5 people, you need 3 successes to actually get out of this with no big problem.
Oh, okay.
With 3 failures, then it's gonna fuck your day up. Cool. This encounter as well eats up at least 1 hour from your lantern.
Okay.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh god.
I have a hunting trap, so I'd like to make a survival check to see if I can at the very least disarm one of the legs. That's kind of the maneuver that I want to be doing.
Sure. And this will slow them down. Roll me a
Yeah.
survival check, please.
We're running for
Okay.
where she's a runner, she's a track star. That's the most unrealistic thing about D&D is the cardio
18.
that's involved.
Everyone has massive calves.
Okay, we're gonna change the music here. Be like chase music. Cool. So what did you roll?
18.
18. Okay.
Hoon just like as he's like running, just pulls out this like sawtooth steel ring, just like that he had on him this entire time, and he's gonna put it to use.
Okay. So that is a success.
Right.
I rolled a 15 against your 18. you gain a lot of space, but because this giant thing is knocking into so many things,
Yeah.
you guys are finding different creatures that are being kind of summoned by this ruckus. Okay.
God
damn.
But you guys kind of like create space. What is the second skill check that one of you guys wants to do? As Hoon has already done his.
Gun.
You want to do an attack roll?
Yes,
Fantastic.
please.
Cool. That means you cannot. I forgot to say you cannot repeat the skill checks as they are being done. So
Okay.
if you're gonna do an attack roll, nobody can roll an attack, a physical attack. You can make a magic attack, if anything. Either way, cool. Please cast gun.
Okay. 18 plus 11. That's 29 to hit.
Okay, so you don't need to roll any damage. You hit. Definitely, you start
I
shooting.
roll because I have sneak attack and it's 5d6.
You know what? Sure. Please roll.
Hell yeah!
Please roll, and we'll see the damage. Actually,
Okay.
this damage will actually tell me how much smaller creatures you take out as well as they come after.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's 22 damage.
22 damage. Fantastic. So with the 22 damage, so about 10 of that damage hits the spider, and then 12 creatures, kind of like spider-like, kind of creepy, crawly-like creatures get obliterated by your shots. And that's a second pass. Cool.
As like
Um,
Moon's like running, she keeps like shooting over her shoulder and she's like, yeah, we're badass. We're gonna nail this thing. Pow, 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 pow.
Amazing. You also do notice that the gunshots echo a lot in these halls, which may
This is a very big dungeon, y'all.
which may you're not sure, but it may call attention to some creatures. Just as a reminder, this whole dungeon is filled with other creatures that they brought in from the outside room. So,
Or it'll scare them.
or it'll scare
away.
them. We'll see. With the third one, who's doing the third check?
Andres, go ahead, Bayani.
Okay. As the spider is chasing the rest of them, Bayani's gonna go over to the larva that has just been dislodged from the ceiling, and try to see if any of them like just got born, and like kind of like imprint on them, I guess, to kind of like
You want to do an animal handling check to?
more like a nature check to see if like
Sure,
I
I'll-
can use like these baby larvas as like ransom.
Sure. You know what? I like it.
I thought
Sure.
you were gonna adopt one like a
I
puppy.
know.
Or if
I
they're
did
friendly,
not know
I
where
have-
that was going.
See,
I don't know.
okay, so here's the deal. If you want to do animal handling, you can get a pet. If you want to do nature, you can. I'll give you whatever your plan was will succeed. If you want a persuasion, then it'll buy you more time. Or intimidation,
I essentially want to find the larva pup that's gonna be like next in line out of all of the larva, like who's gonna take the spider throne after
okay.
and hold it for ransom. That's what I'm doing.
The prince, you wanna take the prince?
Okay. Okay.
A prince for a prince.
roll me a nature check. This nature
Okay.
check will basically, if it's a pass, you find this next of kin. If it's a failure,
Okay.
you find the wrong one and it just doesn't. It doesn't.
This is
work.
some good stuff, y'all.
This is a
I rolled really low, so I'm gonna use a hero point. To...
Let's go. All
right.
Yeah, I would like to think that
Please describe to
Bayani.
me how this is.
this isn't Bayani's first rodeo with giant spiders, and he had a spider infestation a while back, and so he knows the iconic pink hue of the larva cocoon of the prince pup, and he goes in and just like takes his knife, rips it open, It's like the Tarantino shot. It's like the cocoon looking up at Bayani.
Yeah, it's
Like-
just like
He's like, "Hello there."
Oh God.
it's just chittering.
Yeah. And I run. I haul it over my shoulder, fireman style, and I begin running to where
Yeah.
everyone else is going.
Yeah, and like, so so this is the third one. So it just wants its kid back. So if you're gonna ransom it, then we're gonna end the encounter. But if you're gonna keep running with the kid, this is gonna go on for a bit.
Yeah, I would like to assume that like Hoon and Moon got into like a bad spot where they're like cornered, and I yell out, and I hold up the the spider puppy,
And
I'm
you have
like,
your
I have my
dagger.
knife, and I'm like, stop!
And you see the spider kind of like stops. And then it kind of bows at you. And you see like the small thing is like just trying to reach out to its parent.
It goes like, "Mommy,
Yeah.
give me uppies."
The obbies making a return.
The little
require uppies.
mandibles.
I say, Hoon, Moon, get away from there! Come on, come over here! And I throw it to the dirt and let it scurry off to its mom.
Cool. So you guys get to a different chamber and you're starting to hear like running water, but you look back and the spider is gone. And we're gonna
So that went pretty great.
Wow.
Would I be concerned about that, Bayani?
You know, it was a wild idea. I read it in a book once.
Bayani, you're a genius.
You are a
No.
badass.
Or maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know.
As you guys are like walking and talking, you start noticing at the end of this like hallway, there's a chamber, but there is sunlight coming out of this chamber. And you also hear a waterfall of sorts hitting kind of like a small stream, but like the splashes are also hitting like hard rock. With this check, by the way, I would say with the three things, can you mark down 2 more uses of the lantern?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're in here a long time, and it's still daylight outside.
Well, it's the
about like
afternoon
1
now.
p.m.
It's about like
1
1
or
p.m.
so.
2 p.m. now.
Okay. Where should we
Roll
go?
me perception checks, guys.
Yeah. Oh no.
24.
24,
14.
25.
3.
3. Bayani, what did you get?
12.
12. Okay, so 24 and 25. So the rest of you see this 24 and 25. You do notice something. You do notice a smell. Both of you notice this smell from different sources in your life, in your past. From Poon, you from the war, and Moon, you from mercenary jobs that the Night House has given you. It's the strong scent of blood. And you are also hearing undercutting the sound of this waterfall hitting the water and hitting the hard stone. All of you, so the smell is particular to the two of you, but all of you, well, at least most of you, only Bayani, I believe, doesn't hear this over the waterfall, but you hear weapons clinging and clanking and kind of magic shooting from sources.
Are you dad arming Bayani?
Yes.
I was gonna say I probably run into Biani because I also got a 3, so I'm like, oh. Why are we stopping?
People are fighting.
Andres is like, as a magic user, I can hear the magic going off right now. So
It
there's magic
works.
happening.
That's
It's-
very impressive.
It
Thank you.
smells like people are dying.
Let's try to find our way around this. We don't have to deal with this right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where do you guys like? You guys are in a hallway. You guys can go back if you want, but also like, it's gonna take a while. The last other chambers that you've seen are about like maybe 15 minutes away. For another split into like different pathways.
It's faster to go through this waterfall area, right?
I
You-
could
You
just have.
like you haven't checked the waterfall area anyway, so
Oh, okay.
this is what you
Gotta-
hear so far.
You gotta obviously check behind the waterfall. That's like, searching 101.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. And she says that, and she snaps her finger, and when she does, she turns invisible. I cast invisibility on myself, and then I'm gonna go like hinky dinky like down the hallway to see if I can find like what's going on.
Okay.
Celeste just teleported, guys.
It's true.
Whoa.
True
can
magic
do that?
user.
True magic user.
Brisa.
Okay. Slowly, you guys should be transported to a different map on Foundry. If not, I'll just refresh it, and you should see some stuff. So Celeste, you go invisible, and I'll describe to you what you see. To your left, you notice that there is a waterfall. And the mist of the waterfall is pretty much kind of shrouding what's going on. And you're seeing some shadows. You're seeing sword fights happening with two individuals. And then in the distance, you notice that there is one more shadow. You look farther deeper into this cave, and you also find yourself surrounded by dead bodies. Not only humanoid, but also creatures. And as you walk through, you see one person standing on kind of like a dais. This dais is, it kind of looks like it's made out of obsidian. And standing there is Dr. Sigat.
Jacques.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how many people are fighting him, or is he fighting everybody else, or like what's the makeup of the fight?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
Leonie looks at Hoon.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Moon looks at Hoon.
So
Why
with
are
the
you
dirty
looking at
20, it looks like he's making them fight each other.
Oh,
I
Jacques.
thought you were gonna say he was making them make out.
He's making them
Ooh,
kiss.
they're making
Okay,
out. They're kissy.
Now, kid.
Thank you, King Julian.
They're smashing their heads together by kissing that it just causes them to die. That's so graphic.
That's a brutal way to go.
You
Um,
also notice that there are creatures that are pretty much there just watching. There is kind of like a there's kind of an elevation behind him, and there are just creatures watching.
like an auditorium style. Like they're just
Kind
like,
of.
look at the humans fight.
Kind of, but also you notice with that dirty 20 is they seem to be chained down. Like all these
The
creatures.
monsters. Okay.
Yes.
I see. And if you had to put a number to how many creatures were there?
Like 16 creatures. You see a capre, which you fought in Lady Featherbottom's mansion. You see a bunch of Tianak, which you also fought in like the what do you call this, in the streets. And you see like they're swarmed together. You also notice something that is kind of familiar to you back then. You see a bunch of dokebi just like swarmed and tied together in these weird black chains. You see two oni pretty much weirdly grafted to each other. And also chained down. But you also see kind of like this weird dark energy siphoning into this like dark obsidian kind of dais.
Right. I guess after seeing that, Celeste, you know the squeaky shoe noise, like, and where are your uniforms? Like, she just like
Yeah.
like backwards. She's not gonna end her invisibility just yet. Just in case it's useful. It's an hour long that she can keep it. But she.
Apart from that, before anything,
Okay.
what you also see, because you were looking for ways out initially,
Right.
So
Oh yes.
obviously, way out there is 50 feet up. If you can scale it somehow, 50 feet up is a way out. There is a cave behind Sikat. And there is also another kind of like depression going into a different cave all the way to the south of our map.
I don't like the mods. Also on the foundry, should I be able to see like actual landscape, or is it just gray?
You might want to refresh again.
There is a
Yeah.
map. Yeah.
Oh,
give it a
okay.
refresh.
It wasn't showing it to me, so I just want to make sure. I was like, I can't see anything. Okay, awesome. Now I can see stuff.
Fantastic. So that's what you see.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, she like ding 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 right back to where she was, because she's like, holy crap, this is crazy. And then when she comes back, she is gonna stand directly next to Bayani when she does this, so to give him a little spook. And she goes, "Hey."
Hey.
Shit's bad. And she's gonna start like kind of gathering people if they're not already paying attention. And she's like, it's really weird. Dr. Sikat is there. And she tells them everything, but instead she flavors it. It's really weird. They're like hugging each other. I'm just kidding. They're fighting each other. And goes on to explain all of the monsters and the different ways out and stuff like that.
You're also not sure whether or not like there's a way behind the waterfall or within the waterfall.
Right. We need to look there as well. But
Was my lantern not pinging anything this entire time? Okay.
that's if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I quietly blow my whistle necklace.
Okay.
Do I summon rats?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
You want to know where they come from?
Yes.
You're noticing that they're coming from the waterfall.
There's probably a hole in there.
Well, some are coming from the waterfall, some are coming from like the cave to the south. Some are falling from the top. But also you notice now that Dr. Sikat has noticed these rats. Roll me a d4, by the way, to see how many swarm of rats that you get.
3.
So you get 3 swarms of rats.
Oh.
Hey.
Aw, look at these little guys. They're all wet. Come here. I start gathering up the wet ones and put them on me, and then I tug on my scarf, and then I get like all dry and fluffy and smell like fresh laundry.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, you hear from a distance, How about you come show yourselves? I could use more friends.
I'm you know me, I can't deny it. And he starts slowly backing away from the group. I could make it really big. You guys could like just I'll distract them. You know I'm good at a distraction. He looks at Hoon. He goes, "You know I'm good at a distraction.
You're
know
also really good at fucking dying. Okay?
dying, living. I'm here, aren't I?
If
Dear.
not, you
They never
hear-
got me down."
You start to hear, if not to join me, then to watch my ascension. And you notice that your lantern suddenly pings.
Becomes
Oh.
green.
No.
Yep.
Oh, that just changed colors. What does that mean?
Green for go.
And you're
Somebody
starting to hear
forgot.
screeches from the creatures that were trapped.
Oh.
Celeste, are there the only exits through that direction?
That's what it looked like, but we haven't even checked behind the waterfall.
I'll check the waterfall.
Fuck. God damn.
Are you just gonna
How
like
about
just run to the waterfall?
Yes.
Um,
Carefully.
Because he's gonna be
That's
able
fine.
to see you. Like you guys are only there just to see the
Oh.
thing, but you
Oh,
guys
like
are
in a
actually
hallway, essentially.
yeah, you guys are actually
Oh.
still in the hall.
Can I do a stealth check?
over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's not gonna be any kind of stealth check that can hide you, as there is no cover.
Can I hide behind Andres?
I was gonna say I'm invisible, so I could go look.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, do that.
Okay. So I will
The
go.
the rest of us need to engage.
Although we'll confront, and we will introduce ourselves again to Dr. Seacott.
If you want, you can roll me an insight check as well.
Oh, just anybody?
Yes, anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
That's on that one.
Ooh, terrible.
I have a passive
21.
insight of 19. Can I use that?
Got a 6.
Oh,
Oh, I rolled a nat 20. It's okay. I'll use that.
or you can roll in that 20.
29.
You have a feeling that like if Seacut probably saw you, he doesn't seem aggressive. You can probably talk your way out of this.
Yeah, we might be able to walk away.
I think he wants to talk. Kind of nudge Hoon a little bit.
Because like right now the green in your lantern has spiked fully. As if whatever change that he did, he's now fully undead.
What about a nat one?
A
He's just
nat
really friendly
one,
and like fine.
Write that down. Write
He's
that down.
flirty. He's a good time.
nothing really.
Head empty.
And empty.
Yeah.
Just
thoughts.
planning your entrance.
No thoughts, just magic.
No, that's magic. That's
I only
magic.
got a 6, so with a 6, I'm probably like, and swim, and swim, and swim. Get in there.
So you get into there and you see that there is a kind of like a pathway within the waterfall.
Okay, awesome. I rapid fire send off a bunch of messages, which is the cantrip that I have, and I'm like, waterfall is a go, waterfall is a go, waterfall is a go, and like just keep sending them off to people so that it's silent, but we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go.
We-
Just start walking out.
Oh, but bye, Dr. Seacott. We're not acknowledging him. We're
Well,
just gonna.
no. Like, as in, we're gonna go out into like this main hallway area, and then we're gonna. acknowledge.
Okay. Yeah, who wants to go first? I'll be behind Andres.
I'm walking. I'm gonna be in the front.
You now notice that the creatures behind Dr. Seacut are starting to decay. They are now quite disheveled and decrepit and dry. as if they're husks.
Desiccated.
Well, let's make a grand entrance, I guess.
Andre starts slow
Slow
clapping,
clapping.
but casting thaumaturgy to make it real loud. Well, well, well. It's finally time! And he slowly starts taking off his jacket. You and me, Seacott!
It gets caught on your arm, and I have to help you out. Take it off.
Okay, thank you. You and me, Seacott. I'm coming for that robe of yours. I've seen what that academy robe feels like, and I want it on me. And then he's gonna start rubbing oil all over himself.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, you missed a spot.
It's my time to shine, baby.
Fantastic.
Literally.
So
That's oil of slipperiness, to be clear. I am putting oil of slipperiness all
I
over
thought you were
myself.
just role playing.
That's good shit right there, Andreas. That's good shit.
I'm putting oil of slipperiness all over me.
Hoon, say
Right
your
now.
piece. Say your piece, Hoon. Your turn. What do you have to say?
Andres holds the pinky ring in front of Hoon so it booms his voice.
I put it away.
Okay. He doesn't want to say anything too loud.
Pay attention to the body language.
Big body language.
he laughs at everybody.
Just say hey.
Was it a hey or was it a hey?
Yeah. Like how?
How many Ys?
It was my
How
group was
many-
embarrassing, and there's nothing else that I can say right now that
It
makes
was
this
a
entrance.
hey.
Yeah. Hey.
He starts to laugh. You always entertained me, all of you. I noticed that there are only 4.
We lost our 5th. She
I'm
died.
very- I'm very sorry.
And you're to blame.
She got eaten by a spider.
Well, I could do you the favor of sending you to her. What
Not
are you
much of a
doing
favor if we
here?
didn't ask for it.
What was that?
Not much of a favor if we didn't ask for it. We're here to win.
I've gotten what I've. So maybe we can strike a deal. We can.
What do you got?
You can forget what you've seen. And we can part ways here and now. And I will give you the courtesy to tell you that you should leave the city. As it will be no more sooner.
I like walking away.
I don't. I'm sorry. This is my city. This is where I live. I have to fight for this.
Well, there's a lot of other places.
Oh.
And you start to
Walking
see,
away.
you start to notice that like his body, like he has actually his shirt open and his body has like this weird seal on it. But on those seals you see some form of decay happening now. And it's kind of like this weird Wow.
It's spooky season, baby. Oh yeah.
Monster Fuckers Anonymous. You see that like kind of like weird ghost flame coming out of his chest. You see that he's gaunter than normal. And some of the tattoos that you've previously seen on his body, Hoon, have evaporated into burns, illegible burns.
I like walking away from this moment. But as far as us leaving the city, you'll just have to find out if we do that or not.
I don't think I'll be able to find out, as it's destruction I'm here to bring. And I
Do you-
understand.
So let us walk away.
Do you think that money might be a part of the equation?
One
That's good.
cannot solve the problems of what these foreigners have brought to our land. We need to edge them out.
Oh.
I have a lot of money.
Oh.
The pastor, the bishop cannot. I too have a lot of money, yet this is the only solution I have. You start to see him hunch over, and you start to hear bones cracking. He's starting to like elongate, as if like he's still within this change that is happening in his body. You see, our land used to be as magical as any other. But the persecutions of these priests have left us without guidance from our Fey ancestry. I took it upon myself oust for to be able to bring back what we have lost. He starts cracking and his head starts to snap to the side. You see his cheeks start to exhibit a little bit of decay. His eyes kind of, I don't know what the term is, but you've seen a fish left out in the sun for a little while, and like the eyes start to cataract. Similar to that.
Is it totally necessary to destroy the city in order to push the church out?
The city is the only foothold of the church. If the city stands, they can just send another person to lead the charge against our people. And I understand some of you do not come necessarily from our land, but you two, little one, loud one, you know how important this home is to us.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is needed.
So let us walk away from this moment, and we can all make our own decisions.
I will let you walk away. But what happens to the city is going to happen to the city no matter what. There is no turning back to what I have started.
Then all we can do is walk away.
There's nothing else that we can do.
You start seeing
Andres.
him float.
We're gonna give ourselves a fucking chance.
Just asking questions. I don't know what's going on.
You start seeing him float a few inches above this obelisk, like this obsidian dais. And you start to see the light mid-afternoon start to seem like it's late afternoon, as if the sun is starting to set. You start to see storm clouds kind of congregate above the island. The rain starts to fall, starts to hit the pavement, hard rock. He says, Moon, we have shared something special. I'm giving you this courtesy. Please, let me do what I have set to do and release my people. If you do not let me, it will sadden me deeply to know that you are to fall with the city. So please. The deaths will count for something once I am done. He's about 5 feet now above the dais.
Just as you make your own decision for us, we'll make our own. And I'm gonna do Hunter Sense super quick.
Okay.
I choose him. I want to know if he has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Okay. While I look that up,
Yeah.
Celeste, what did you want to do?
She has her finger on the proverbial trigger the moment that this starts to turn any kind of violent, and then I will reveal my plan. But she has something saved in case anything turns crazy.
Okay. Damage resistances. Necrotic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. Or if you have anything silvered, then it will affect them. Those are resistances. Immunities, immune to poison. And do you have condition immunities as something that you can find out?
Only damage immunity.
Okay. So those are the immunities and resistances.
That was physical damage, non-magical.
Yes.
Okay.
Non-magical or non-silvered.
And
Okay.
necrotic.
Yeah.
And necrotic. Bludgeoning. Yeah, basically. Is this a magical effect?
This is a Monster Slayer feature, so
Okay.
I don't know if he feels it necessarily,
No.
but there's definitely like, okay.
Your instinct tells you that this is what is his immunities are.
Yeah, my like eyes sort of nictate, blink from that pink to the slight gold, and then they come back, and Hoon's full intention is to just walk away unscathed right now, because obviously there's nothing we can do about what's happening to the city right now. We just gotta do this as fast as we can.
You're looking around you. By the count, it looks like you guys are the only team left. Looking at the bodies on the ground. I don't have it on the map because there's just like too much there would be too much like kind of clutter on the map. But it looks like as if he did kill all the other participants. Or at least the monsters he had did.
Yeah.
You guys would get a message kind of on a delay, because she can only send it to one person at a time, but it would kind of ricochet from you got each person. I can't let him.
What?
Can't let
She
him-
said, I can't let him walk away.
By this time, your 4th hour of your lantern is used. He is now about 10 feet up in the air from the dais. So roughly about like 13 feet up above you guys.
I cast a meaningful look over to Celeste, and you see that one of my hands is on my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a hesitation in my stare. Almost as if I'm waiting for an answer.
And you guys can respond to those messages as well.
Oh, gun?
Um, as you guys are doing this, you feel kind of like a twinge in your brain, all of you, and somehow, images flash by in your head. Bayani, an image of you dancing, watching like the classes and you dancing along, and then an image of Maru comes out. An image of the wonderful people that you've met, and an image of the old lady that was helping you out with like your delivery job pops in your head. Andres, you what flashes is your first win as a fighter in the pits. You see the couple that owns the restaurant that everybody hates but you love. Everybody at the gym. You see every single person, every fan that you have met in the city. Moon, you see Butch. You see all the people from the night house. You see all the kids that like you've run across and did some like metamorphosis to like have like some form of fun interaction with a child. Also, another thing you Address remembers, you remember Mustang, you remember Brenda, and Hoon, you remember Waylon, you remember all these people that you've helped before as like a doctor, a scraped knee, a simple fever. Celeste, you don't like this guy, but Francis seemed nice. You also saw like the people from the dorms, and like the old lady that pretty much is your den mother. You remember all of that.
Does Celeste remember the guy that went fishing at the beach?
Celeste also remembers the guy that went fishing at the beach. All of you suddenly, in a sharp, a little bit painful image of all these things that remind you of the city. What's everybody's passive perception?
23.
15.
12.
11.
11.
The 23 passive perception. You see a lightning bolt strike from above, from a man with a red scarf and a wolf, as they jump down. Unfortunately, this form of help is rendered useless at the time, as Sikat has already known about this, as he has taken mental math of how many people. You see the lightning hit him, absorb it, and he counterspells whatever this lightning is.
As soon as I see that, I cast Fireball at 5th level, and I use a hero point to make it succeed, and then I'm going to use some sorcery points.
Let's
Okay.
go. Oh.
I will give back your hero point, but a legendary resistance has been burned.
Rough.
Oh.
That's still huge, I would say. That's why I'm giving you back the hero point, because a legendary
Appreciate you.
resistance has been used. Roll me the damage, please.
Okay, and then I'm also going to use the empowered spell, so I'm going to use a sorcery point to reroll up to 5 of my dice.
Sure.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And we're gonna change the music to some combat music,
Yo.
because it looks like it's battle time.
We are not walking
Yeehaw.
away.
Nope.
Oh, I can reroll a bunch of ones. Amazing. it took away my thing. It's fine. I had 43 is what I had, and then I've got to reroll these bad ones.
Okay.
These were ones. Mother effer, I got another one. It's okay.
As you're re-rolling that, everybody, you guys see that the man is swatted away by this weird force, and this guy pretty much slides on the floor, looks at you, Moon, winks, and you see that his scarf dissolves.
Hey, it's the homeless guy.
It's the homeless guy.
Your scarf kind of like billows in the air.
Oh.
Okay.
Dad.
All right. What did you roll?
Okay. I actually got double hecked, which is kind of lame. But it's okay. I got 48 points instead of 43.
Okay. So he takes 24 damage with an explosion. With an explosion, as you see all of this, the wolf escapes with this moment. You all are now in this kind of fighting position, and we're gonna take a break. As we will roll initiative as soon as we get back. All right, awesome. Hell yeah, this is Reckoning and Dawn Shadow. This is our finale, guys. Let's all have fun. We'll be right back. And we're live as we're doing this. Amazing, but it's pre-recorded. Welcome back. Welcome back to Reckoning Dawn Shadow. You have my wonderful party who's trapped in this Twitch stream. Remember, only you can set them free. Cool. Last we left off, combat ensued. Fireball. Big boom boom. It's all roll initiative, guys.
Yeah. Their effort. I also will say that when you see Celeste cast this fireball, she pops out into existence because she's been invisible this whole time.
Mhm.
And you don't see it. You hear it first, and it's this high whistling noise, and then all of a sudden a blinding explosion washes over Sika.
Nice.
I rolled a 20, not nat.
Okay, just give me a sec.
It's a dirty water 20.
Dirty water.
Wooter.
18. Water.
Wait, what was Moon?
16.
Moon?
18.
Bayani?
15.
And Celeste? What was that?
Wah.
Muted.
Oh, 12. I don't know why my mic's not picking up tonight.
Cool beans. Alright. Andres. You're the first one.
Hell yeah, he is. So after he's done applying his oil, he's gonna crouch down and immediately jump in the air to get a little bit of extra jump on his brand new winged boots.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna fly up to Seacott, and he's just gonna hit him with a 1-2 across the face.
Yeah.
So 1-2 across the face?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, roll your attack.
Okay. Oh. As a nat 1.
Alright.
Wait, did you walk up to him?
I flew up to him.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then I have to do it on here. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4,
You're
5.
too far.
What?
You're a little
I just
too
realized.
Far. Yeah.
I'm a little too far.
Mhm.
It's. I can run 40 feet. I have the mobile feet.
Sure.
Let me see.
I
Oh,
would
that's 45. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that we have a map.
Yes.
Okay, if that's the case, oh, what did I do? No, go away. Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna move Andres up here. How many feet was that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, right here. And I'll just chuck a lightning at him.
Okay.
Um,
Reroll your attack then.
yeah. Sorry, gang. Let's see. I'm gonna do. I just want to make sure. Roll ranged attack. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm a
never
little
happened
shy
before?
right now. This never happens. It's another nat one.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
That's 3
Yeah.
though that you rolled, right?
Well, one of them doesn't count because it
Yeah.
was a re-roll because I did some dumb stuff. So
It's all good.
yeah. So
all good.
one. So what? So that's two nat ones.
So it zips past you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Next, we have Hoon.
Fuck.
I'm just
I
gonna
wasn't
I'm gonna
ready.
save my legendary action. Hoon, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much.
He is out of counter reactions though, so hit him hard.
Hit him hard, suck him dry.
Again.
I'm gonna
question?
get. Oh.
Uh,
I'm gonna just do my movement. Fuck. Shit. I'm just
Pussy
gonna get
whore?
right there. I'm not gonna get pussy whore. I'm not gonna get any closer. Oh no, I didn't prepare my brain for this. Alright, let's see. We are gonna.
Yikes.
Who's after me?
It's Moon.
It's Moon.
I was gonna say you can't know until after, but let's do
Oh,
this.
lol.
It's all good.
We're just gonna see what happens
Yeah.
and just do this.
Trial and error.
For my first action, we're gonna guiding bolt at 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack very quick. 18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Seacot is gonna take 46 radiant damage. Let me roll that super quick.
I thought it was like 46. Jesus.
Yeah, 46. No, that's gonna be 16 points of radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against you before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay. Fantastic.
So that's my action. Does anything happen with the radiant, by the way? Just like I'm like watching very meticulously.
No.
Okay, great. I'm gonna Slayer's Prey bonus action designate Seacot as my prey.
Okay.
And generally, no, I didn't do a weapon attack. Just for now because I need to plot how I want to do this a little bit more. That's gonna be the end of my turn. I just did the guiding bolt. The next person that hits him gets advantage, and he's my prey.
Fantastic. Okay.
That's it.
Legendary action. Andres, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. We love that. It's all for that.
I need you to beat
Absolutely.
a 16 for me.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. How do I get to... Okay, my saving throws. You said wisdom?
Yep.
16.
Fantastic. You see him weave this kind of this thread of magic, and he shoots it at Andres, but it does not catch.
Didn't you get the memo? I'm magic now.
Moon, it's your turn.
Okay. Moon is going to run up. I'm gonna use my. You said he's 10 feet up in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moon has some mobile feet, so she can move 40 feet. She's gonna move right behind Andres. And then she's going to cast Gun at advantage because of Guiding Bolt. It's a 17 and a 2. So 17 plus 11 is 28 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. So a D10 plus 5, so that's 13. And since I have advantage against sneak attack.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. There's so many ones, y'all.
No.
6, 12, 14, 13. So that's 26 damage.
26 damage.
Yeah.
Are your bullets silvered?
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say, well, it depends. Did Hoon say anything? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
During the monologue, just like casually, loading up the silver
Amazing.
bullets.
Cool.
Pow pow. Hoon says, "Eat this."
Alrighty. So as
That's
you
my
do that, okay, cool. So he gets hit. He takes the bullet, and you see a little bit of sizzle on his shoulder as where you hit him. And he is going to cast another legendary action. Actually, do you have another action?
Nope. That's it.
Cool. For his legendary action, he is going to cast. Yeah, he's gonna do this. He's gonna point at Celeste, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I will.
Your constitution's sexy right now.
Yeah, well, it wasn't great before, but you're right. Oh, but that's better. It is a 24.
Amazing. You still take half of this damage.
Okay.
So fuck it. I'm just gonna roll it.
Oh god, that means that's a lot of dice.
Okay, so you take 20. Wait. Yep, you take 20 damage. That's already halved.
Oh,
It's already
oh
halved.
my god! Don't get hit by him. To 20 flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get hit by this guy. Hey! Don't get hit by him.
Already.
Oh man.
Right in the meow meow.
Right in the
Meow
meow.
meow.
Next, Bayani, it's your turn.
Seeing Celeste getting pelted by that spell, do I know which spell that is, by the way?
Yes, you see some necrotic energy. It is blight.
It was Blight. Okay.
Mhm.
Recognizing that, I'm gonna go ahead and run south to this rocky outcrop. Can that grant me half cover here?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and dip my hand into my pouch and into some holy water and cast Bless on the 3 people right in front of me. So Hoon, Moon, and Andres. They will get blessed up here. Actually, I'll go ahead and cast it at 2nd level and also get myself
Okay.
here. So yeah, D4 to your attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
2-3.
The markers are a little weird with Foundry. Just keep in mind who's blessed.
And with my bonus action, I will billow my cloak, and that is it. That is it.
Fantastic. And Okay. As a legendary action, he sees you do this. And he is going to dispel Undress's bless. So you get bless, and then he takes away your bless. But that is
Ha ha! Huh.
Yep. Alrighty. Next is Celeste.
Hey doggy. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Lightning Bolt
Alright.
at 4th level. So please make me a dex save.
Cool. And he is out of a reaction. He's gonna burn a legendary resistance for that. So he'll take half damage.
Right, 86? No, 96, baby, of lightning damage. That's pretty good.
Oof.
So 32, and then half down to, I don't know how you want to do that.
32, so that's gonna be 16.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, duh. It halves perfectly. You see her shadow arm come up to meet her other actual arm, and as her claws start to grow, as she pulls down, lightning and electricity snaps between her claws, and she flicks it out, and it snaps them up with all the lightning.
And you see it, like the lightning crackles, hits the ground, and hits him in the air. He grunts in pain, but he stills himself, and now it is his turn.
She also gives Andreas a thumbs up, like, yeah, look at us! 2 clouds together!
Who would have thought? Not me.
He is going to take his decrepit hand and kind of pull back as if he's kind of pulling an arrow. And this necrotic energy pulls back, and he is going to attack Andres.
Is this a spell?
Yes.
Counter spell?
Oh, no, actually, this is a ranged attack. Oh, it's a spell attack. It's a spell attack, yeah.
Okay.
So you counterspell it. And he is definitely not happy with this counterspell.
What does your counterspell look like?
Yeah.
I think you would see black shadows start to like swarm out of her face, and in a quick just like snap of the fingers, you see a huge fox spirit in the cloud snap over and basically absorb the spell and disappear off like a puff.
Amazing. He cocks his head towards you. And as a bonus spell, you feel some form of tug on your chest. You're hexed. You will have disadvantage on Constitution checks.
Okay. She goes, oh, hex.
Yep. Cool. Next is top of the round. Andres, it's your turn.
Let's see. Oh no, what? No, that's not what I wanted. I want the other one. Where's the... Is this it? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see if I can... Do I have range? Can I get to him at 40 feet with my mobile feet?
You have 20 strength. I'll let you jump to him.
Hell yeah. He's gonna jump into the air, and then he's gonna use his wing boots to fly up there and punch this guy in the face.
Okay.
And he's as he comes up, he's gonna go, first comes the lightning. I'm just gonna use a hero point. I'm just gonna use a hero point. He's gonna go, first comes the lightning, then comes the lightning, and then he's gonna punch him in the face.
Okay. Roll as a crit
Okay.
because you're using a hero point.
True. All right. And that's a D8. That is. So it's I rolled a 3 plus 6. That's a 9. So double that,
Okay.
or is
No,
Is that
double
what- how it
your
works?
dice. Double your dice.
double
value.
dice? Okay, so it's 12.
12? Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Don't you get multiple taxes of Pied?
I do.
Yep. Next attack.
I do. I'm gonna go again.
Actually, because you used the hero point, crit your second hit. It's a hero
Oh,
point.
sweet. Okay. It's another 12.
Another 12?
Yeah. So he flies up to him, and he please cooperate. Please move. Yeah. He's just gonna fly up to him and punch him in the face twice. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all he can do. Oh,
Okay.
wait.
He is going to take his legendary action. And he is going to I need you to make another actually no. He thinks you're a nuisance. He doesn't like Celeste right now. He's going to point over at Celeste. Celeste, make me another Constitution saving throw. Not at disadvantage because it's a saving throw and not a check.
Oh, wait, not a disadvantage.
Mhm.
Ooh, it's not good. A 12.
So you fail. So you take this full brunt.
Ooh, yawned.
Okay. 39 points of damage.
Call an ambulance. It's not looking
Alrighty.
good, y'all. I'm squanchy.
All right. Next is Moon. Oh no, Hoon.
That changed my plan quite a
Oh wait,
bit.
no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Let me check something. So fast, the fastest.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna get right. Bonus action Zephyr Strike. I'm gonna get right up in there. On this side. Ba-ba-ba-bam. I'm gonna do my 2 rapier attacks.
Okay.
And there's some stuff that happens if both hit. Let's figure that out first, I guess. That's 15 to hit, and that is a
He is 10 foot.
28 to
He's
hit.
10 feet above the ground. Just so you know.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So our melee attacks, not good then. is
If
what
you
this
jump.
means.
If you jump, sure, you can hit him.
I can jump. What should I? Is there a check for that?
What's your strength score?
It's 14. My dexterity is 18.
You don't have to check. You don't have to do a check.
Okay, great. So 15 to hit and 28 to hit.
The 28 hits.
Got it. All right. Because I hit, you are not only my prey but also my favorite foe. Plus Zephyr Strike, so I'm gonna do 2d8 plus 2d4 plus 1d6 points of damage. So give me a hot sec.
Yeah, of course.
Only one of those attacks hit.
Only
Yes.
one did.
Did you add bless?
Oh,
Oh no.
if you add bless, you just need 1 to hit anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
So
great.
both hit.
So both hit. So I have more math to do. God,
Bayani.
why did you have to remind me?
Rules lawyer.
The wonderful thing that you just gave me. All right, so. Oh, math panic. So that's. Do you need anything? Do you need anything separated as far as slashing and force goes?
Because you have a magic rapier, so there's no point.
Okay, great. That's gonna be 42 points of damage, slashing and force.
Okay.
Um.
All right. So
Yeah,
as a
that's-
legendary
that's-
action,
that's it.
cool. He's looking really bad, but he's still up. Legendary action. I need both Hoon and Undress to make strength saving throws. As you see him take these ghost flame from his chest, and he curls up into a kind of like a ball.
Add a D4 Hoon.
What's your strength?
27.
27?
That's gonna be a 29.
29? Okay. Both of you save, but you take half of the damage.
Stop rolling. Stop rolling.
Okay. You take half of 26 damage.
13.
Cool. As tendrils lash out from him and kind of hit you guys. Next is Moon.
Yeehaw. So what I will do is I will run forward 40 feet. As I'm running forward with my free hand, I pull out a steak knife that I stole from the Rosewood Manor, and it's
Fantastic.
silver. And I will I'll jump and attack it with my dagger. Or steak knife. So that's going to be a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Then that's 1 + 5, 6 piercing damage.
They're engaged, so you have sneak attack.
Oh yeah. So the reason I'm using my dagger first is so I gain a grit die. So 10, 16. So 16 + 6.
Okay. And are you gonna shoot?
Yeah. And then I
Okay.
point my gun. Oh no.
Oh no.
3 plus, so that's a 14.
You're also blessed.
14 plus 4, 18.
18?
Uh-huh.
You are good. You hit.
Hell yeah, gamers. Okay. So that's gonna be 10 piercing damage. Do I get sneak attack on that one too?
No, just the
Okay.
first one.
Okay. So that's 10 piercing gun damage.
All right. And as you stab him, you rake him, right? And you, as you're like landing on your feet, you cast gun, and you see him. It hits him in the temple, and grazes him, and he falls down on the dais. You see the ghost flame goes out, and you see him cough blood. You're making a mistake. I am not your enemy here. It's them. It's the church. They'll bring about the destruction of our land. All I ask is you help us.
We'll help in our own way.
And it's you see him just keep coughing blood, and you start hearing a slow clap.
Andrea starts clapping too.
Oh right, I have 3 swarms of rats hanging off of me.
Yes, this is true. I forgot that you didn't.
Oh yeah, there's a homeless guy.
No, it's not the homeless guy. A blonde, familiar face with a set of guards with him. approach this area. Well, thank you for eradicating whatever this assailant was. You may all now go about your day. Whatever this is not my business to uphold whatever justice or law there is against this game. But I do need Dr. Seacut.
I stand in front of Dr. Seacut, and like my rapier is just like drawn.
You see about 4 more guards behind him. I don't want this to get ugly, so please release the prisoner, and we can go about our days. You start to see the sun peeking out from the clouds now. Light is starting to come back.
Andres, do you want to talk to them a little bit about how we think about that?
Yeah. He just starts to like craft a lightning bolt. And he goes, listen, we could do this the easy way or we could do this the hard way. I've got a lightning bolt right here. I'm not afraid to throw it.
He smirks and he laughs. And he snaps his fingers. And Celeste, what is your AC?
God damn it.
It's a 16, and I'm out of reactions.
This is misogyny.
This is ableist.
Take 23 points of radiant damage as he casts Guiding Bolt on you.
Counterspell.
Oh,
Amazing.
shit.
You see, what level are you counterspelling?
Thought you can only.
He upcasted his
His
Guiding Bolt.
I don't think.
So if you do it at 3rd, you'll have to roll off if it's higher. But if you want to do it upcasted at like 4, 5, or 6, if he does it at that level or lower, then it auto succeeds.
Exactly.
But you don't know what he did it at, so you have to guess or
I see.
want to
I
roll
see.
off.
I will do it. I'm full confident in my roll. I'll do it at just 3rd level.
Okay.
Like, I
So
wish I could
10.
be confident.
So making an ability check
rolls.
using your spellcasting ability. So just d20 plus my intelligence.
Yep. And you need to hit a 14 at least.
Let's go.
Spellcasting ability includes proficiency, right?
Yes.
Yeah, plus your proficiency.
And is he blessed?
You are blessed, yes.
But yeah, but I don't think that it's only for attacks or saving throws.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. Plus my proficiency as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit it with a 14.
Okay.
Oh, mama.
You see from behind him, you are also counterspelled
That's
by
so
one of the
dope.
guards.
That's so dope.
Oh no!
You just fucking church.
Well,
babies.
that's all, folks.
This is like
Just
all the
Uno card.
Spider-Mans, but they've got guiding bolt and counterspell.
Everyone's magic here.
Can I cast shield?
On yourself.
I don't-
I can't. Oh, it's only on myself.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
found that.
Hi guys, I'm new at this game.
Hi guys, I'm new to magic.
New to magic.
I'm
I
new
just
to
got magic.
I kind of want to just do it anyway.
I will let you do it without using the spell slot for narrative purposes, and you
I
shield
got you,
yourself.
so I shield.
You shield yourself. And yeah.
Oh my god.
Is blessed down?
So I get hit, right?
Yes, you get hit.
So I'm gonna narrate this for you as this. You said 20 points.
23.
Oh, 23 points. So as she gets slammed with this and the light starts to fade, you see she's fumbling with the spell that Bayani had given her in the bamboo, but she's fumbling it because she only has her one arm to pull it out. And as she just barely tips this scroll open to let the little leaflet out, she slams into the ground and has
Roll.
the spell in her hand.
Roll me a d6. Tell me if it's odd or even. If it's odd, you
Ooh.
fall into the water. If it's even, you fall on the ground.
Come on, man.
It's odd. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Okay. So you fall in the water.
I drown.
No, you're just gonna do death saving throws at disadvantage because you are in the water.
Wow.
But you can still save them.
Can I load a healing potion into my gun and then shoot Celeste?
You have a
Yeah,
grenade
you.
launcher. I didn't know that
Mario
we
Party
No,
style.
I'm kidding.
But yeah,
Crazy.
he says you have time to save your friend if you give me Dr. Seacut.
Fuck you, bitch.
And
I
as
shoot him.
go ahead.
DM, did Celeste like fall like down into this pit, like, or is she
It's a surface.
level with us? Okay,
So she's
with us
level
in the
still, but
water.
she's gonna start
Okay.
sinking as as the game goes. It's just
rolled-
like
This is exciting. I haven't had this, like, razzmatazz happen before.
I rolled a 30. I used my grit die.
you hit. Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure I hit this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 9 plus 5, so that's 14. Do I get sneak attack?
Yeah,
He
because
see
he
it
doesn't.
coming?
He didn't really
We're all
see it
around
coming.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a fuck, what did I say? 14? Yeah.
Mhm.
So 14 plus 11. So
11?
25 damage, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm Samong.
Alrighty.
The rage.
You see it hit his breastplate, but because of the impact, you see it dent, and he takes like significant kind of damage. As you notice, his face twists and gnarls into a disgusted, angered expression. We are gonna go back into combat. We're gonna keep the initiative for ease of play. We're gonna start from the beginning again, from top of the round. So Andres, it's your turn.
Where is hold on, do I need to reload the cave?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna just I'm gonna cast my I'm gonna throw a lightning bolt at them.
Okay.
Oh, that's where he is.
Oh, Alcaraz is in the top left.
Top left now. Gotcha. Do I have range? I should. I have sharpshooter.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna burn one of my. I'm gonna grab the clockwork amulet off of my chest. Smash it. Use my lightning bolt. And throw for a flat 19.
Hits.
Wonderful. And I roll 2d6 for damage. That's 9 points of lightning damage. And then the 3 goons around him will also need to make 3 goons will have to take a dexterity saving throw or face the same damage.
Okay.
So the 3 that are closest to him, not the one all the way in the top left.
Okay. The one here in the back succeeds.
Okay.
So the other 2 fail.
Okay, so the other 2 take they take the full brunt of the damage. So they take 9 damage.
Okay.
And then the other one doesn't take any damage.
Alrighty. You see him writhe in pain. He shakes it off, and as a legendary action, he is going to teleport over to the lot of you.
He's gonna teleport over there?
Pretty much like over here.
Gotcha. Great. So I'll use my second action and punch this dude right in the face. Hey, thanks for coming up right next to me so I could punch you in the face.
Cool.
Appreciate it. Very kind of you.
I thought that the actions were over, but also we need more things happening. So yes, punch him in the face.
I'm gonna punch him in the face for a flat 20.
Yeah, hits.
Okay. And for oh no, that's a D10. And then for damage, it's a that is 14 damage.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and he punches him in the face.
He
takes it. Cool. And then I'll have to use my bonus action to throw another punch in his face?
Sure.
That's gonna be 18.
Okay.
Now we're rolling.
He's parrying.
He's parrying?
Yep.
What does that mean?
He gains a significant amount to his AC and you miss.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'll take that. That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Next is Hoon.
Bonus action, I'm moving Slayer's Prey onto Alcaraz.
Okay.
Nothing that specifically does anything to that. I'm casting Summon Beast as an action. I'm casting a albino alligator, specifically a water beast, to go over to Celeste. That is within 25 feet of me. The beast can scurry over 30 feet, and I want the beast to take its turn to get Celeste out of the water.
Okay. Just roll me a dexterity check. Use your dexterity to see if the alligator is able to get her out of the water this turn.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Great. You said check.
Yeah, check. Dexterity check.
That's going to be a 17.
17? I would say that you are able to take out Celeste from the water. So Celeste, you won't be taking death saves at disadvantage anymore, but you will be doing death saves from here on your turn. Cool. What is your action?
There's going to be an alligator just taking care of her.
So the alligator is just going to be there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And that's your turn.
Yep.
Okay. As an action, legendary action, he's going to stomp his foot into the ground and pretty much with his longsword, he is going to attack Moon.
Ah.
With a natural 20.
Okay.
And okay. And plus 4. So that is 13. And he is going to expend a spell slot. A 3rd level spell slot to do Divine Smite. So take an additional 32 points of radiant damage.
Okay. 13, 32, 40.
46. 46. Oh no, 45.
45. Okay.
Yes.
If I use my uncanny dodge, so I use my reaction to have the damage, is it the 46 or is it just
It's a 46.
Okay.
Like 45, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, I can't math today.
It's okay.
22.
23, 22.
Always round
22.
down.
Mhm.
So okay, I take 22 damage.
Cool. So take 22 damage. And that is his legendary action. Next is Bayani.
Bayani's gonna dart his eyes in between Celeste and the mercenaries on the northwest corner, and seeing Hoon send over that gator, he's gonna think otherwise. He's just gonna move. Sorry, to move one right there. And as he's running, he's gonna reach into his lunch pail and pull out a giant piece of fried calamari. Took his hand to kind of dredge off the breading, and he's gonna throw it at the group of mercenaries and cast black tentacles. And while he does that, he's gonna use the Mentala thing to... It's like bendable magic field to increase the area to be an extra 10 feet. So it'll be a 5 tile by 5 tile square.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially it's gonna be... I want to start it like here. Sorry. Here to here. And that's just gonna be filled with black tentacles that rise up from the ground. to the rock.
Could you show me again where that is?
Yes, right there. That's the corner right there.
Okay, so it's just on those corners, or are they engulfed in these tentacles?
It's that whole 5 by 5 tile square. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the whole thing. And essentially, they have to roll a dexterity saving throw on their turn, or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and
Like
they're also
that, correct?
restrained. Yes. Yes.
Cool. All right. So they will need to make dexterity saving throws to get out, correct?
To get out, and if they fail, they'll take 3d6, and then they'll also be restrained.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. For his last legendary action, he's going to stand in the middle of the three of you and do a cleaving attack. So I need the three of you guys to make a dexterity saving throw, please. And you need to hit a 17.
17.
25.
24.
You guys take half of this.
Damn.
Have that.
2 damage.
No. 11 to half. So that is 6.
5. 6.
Oh, 5. 5.
5.
5 points of damage to each of you. Cool. Now, it is Celeste. I need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Is it Moon's turn or is it?
Sorry, I thought Moon already went. It's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
he skipped
Oh.
over
Sorry,
Moon.
Moon.
It's okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. With my bonus action, I'll pull on my scarf and you see lightning crackle over me, and I'm going to move through his space. So you see this line of power just kind of crackling in that area, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw,
Mhm.
DC 14, or take 2d6 damage.
He rolls a 16 on the die plus 4.
Okay, so nothing happens, and then I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20, baby.
I was so
Yay.
happy.
Yeah.
And then I'll shoot it.
And then I'll cast gun. Okay, so do I double the damage or roll double the dice?
It's up to you.
I'm gonna roll twice. Damn, that's a 7 plus 5. Wait, does the plus 5 go to each one of them?
No, the plus 5 is a static. So
okay,
only the die
so
roll.
7, 13. 13, and then, oh, the sneak attack is doubled though.
Yes.
13 plus 16. 22 and 10, 22. So 44.
Okay. He definitely shrieks in pain. That's your turn?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Celeste, if you could.
I'm nervous.
You got
Don't
this.
be
Oh my god,
nervous.
it's a 19.
Hey.
Almost.
Yes.
That's one pass. Cool. Next, it is Father Alcaraz's turn. Okay. This is gonna be fun. All right. So the three of you, I need you to make me Constitution saving throws, please.
Now, do it now.
I need you to hit a 17.
Where's Andres?
Where am I? Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, there.
Oh.
Wait, where?
Oh, I don't see Andres.
I'm right here.
I was about to say,
Oh,
Oh, because he's
you're
underneath
under
secret.
Dr.
There you
Yeah,
go.
they were spooning.
What the hell?
I'm hiding.
Did you say they were spooning?
Yeah.
I'm hiding under his body.
The con save?
Yes.
Slutty 20.
Okay.
ooh.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay.
What is evasion?
Boys.
Evasion is for dexterity saves.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
You become a pug.
So so the two of you, 30 points of damage. Hoon, you take half of that.
Oi.
And the two of you are also blinded.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah!
And this blind lasts for 1 minute or when dispelled.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Can I cast Indomitable
Sure.
and try to reroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Puggers.
Need
Come
a
on.
17.
Need a 17. I get a +5, so I need a 12 or higher. That's worse. That's a 6.
All right.
That's
Damn.
worse.
Also, I dropped bless because of my spell. I don't know if that mattered, but I have
Okay.
no more bless for y'all.
Cool. Alrighty. And these guys, they're going to take attacks on Bayani. They're going to take crossbows. So you're going to take 4 crossbows. We'll see if they hit you.
Don't forget to at least roll the dexterity saving throws, because then you still have to take bludgeoning damage.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm doing this because they're going to die.
Hey, what?
They're going to attack you because they're going to die in this turn.
Oh,
They're not going to survive it. Okay. So, does 13 hit your AC?
it does not.
That doesn't. The 16 hit your AC.
No.
Eat fucking shit.
They do not. They shoot arrows at you, and they do not hit. And all of them get bludgeoned by these tentacles,
Hot.
and they die.
Meanwhile, Bayani's just like,
Oh my god.
Oh, oh.
What happened?
Crunch.
It sounds like something cool happened.
You're just hearing like.
One of
Bloody
them gets
mist.
lifted up. One of them gets lifted up by
My
a
leg.
massive tentacle.
My leg.
I'm sorry.
We have a Wilhelm scream in the background.
My leg.
All right, that's their turn. Andres, it's your turn again.
Shit.
Well, all it is your attacks are now at disadvantage. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Andres is going to fish through his jacket, and he's gonna find his potion of fire giant strength.
Okay.
He's gonna pop the vial, and he's gonna be like, "All right, playtime's over. I can't see what's gonna happen.
Alright.
So he just chugs it down, smashes the bottle, and he goes to grapple. He's gonna grapple Alcaraz.
Okay.
25.
25?
Yeah.
You hit.
Yeah.
He's grappled.
I'm gonna grapple him, and then I'm gonna go for. So the potion is that's an action, right? Because I'm pulling it from my shit. I'm gonna
Fuck it.
bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll use my second action to pin.
Okay.
Fuck him dry, Andre.
Dry. Wow. What you get,
Does
buddy?
a 11 plus 15. Does a 17 work?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're both completely. He's in a pin. He's restrained.
And he's gonna take a legendary action to try to break from it.
Uh huh.
Right, bitch.
No, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
How
you like me now, bitch?
I don't like you. I don't like you one bit. Hoon, it's your turn.
Okay, so he's restrained
Yes.
or grappled.
Yes.
Does
No,
that
he's
do
restrained.
anything condition mechanically? Is that an advantage? on
Advantage.
attacking him?
Advantage on melee attack.
Oh, bless. Okay. So, first things first. Actually, I guess never mind, because I was gonna say the alligator is gonna hold his action to take care of Celeste, but considering Celeste is everybody's died, alligator is still just gonna be really tough and just like, yeah, I'm helping.
T-pose.
Yeah, T-pose.
T-pose like this or like this?
It just opens its mouth really wide. I have a question, actually, just so that I can cover my bases. Could my alligator give Celeste advantage on the next death save at all?
It's an alligator. What is he gonna do?
Look pretty.
Moral support? It's
He
gonna
performs
sing?
CPR.
Perform CPR?
Yeah.
No,
That's
he.
huge teeth. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna do 2 rapier slashing attacks, and then we'll do a bonus action spell if those hit. Give me a hot second. Okay, so that is 1 is 18 on the die to hit,
Hits.
and 1 is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
So both hit. He is my favored. He's my prey, rather.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Everybody is prey to daddy.
Exactly. That is 14 plus 12. That is 26 points of slashing, and as a bonus action, we're gonna cast Searing Smite and add some fire to that.
Okay. Just so you know, don't even bother.
Okay.
Don't even bother rolling the fire damage because he's immune.
Okay, great.
Ooh, hate that.
Good to know. So I think as that spell just like sucks into him, or however it like is cleared that it like doesn't work, Hoon just like takes that in, takes that note, and then he's just gonna stay engaged. He's not gonna move.
Okay. With the amount of damage that you gave him, he looks up to the sky. He says, "My God, I dedicate my life to you to destroy these heretics. Help me, give me the strength to smite them down for you." and a wave of light, almost blinding, rays down to the whole arena as Alcaraz is no more in your arms. It breaks away, and towering over you 20 feet above is a celestial being with a face made of a sun, with an eye in the middle staring at you, with 6 wings, 2 covering its feet, 2 covering its face, and with a long sword. In a mystical booming voice, he says, "I will strike down the enemies of my god. I am the avatar of Pelor. This land will be cleansed of this evil fey presence, and you shall be the first to feel my wrath." And Moon, you're done, right?
Yep.
Moon, Bayani, it is your turn. Oh, Moon.
Moon.
Moon's.
Okay. So 20 feet up in the air.
Yes. Also, with that blinding light, you notice that everything is dispelled. The bless, this like area of effect is dispelled. Your eyes, you can see now. Any
Okay.
magical effect that you cast earlier is now dispelled.
My
Okay.
alligator's gone.
What about my oil of slipperiness?
It is also gone.
No.
Oh.
Do we have a token to represent?
You might not need to refresh.
Oh, I see. I
Oh.
see now.
Yeah.
But now he towers. He's descending about 10 feet now above the ground until he gets to the ground. So
Okay.
Moon. Yes.
I can't move my token right now because it's refreshing. But
Yeah, I'm refreshing as well.
so as Moon gets blinded, you see her immediate reaction is just to kind of like narratively flavor it. You see that her ears suddenly grow very long, and then her nose becomes more flat, and she has frog nostril slits instead because she has blind fighting, but that doesn't matter anymore. So as she's looking up at the avatar, she has these distorted changeling features, and she will move away. Oh god, the picture loaded. Oh my god.
So its face is a roiling sun with an eye in the middle.
Okay. She's gonna move all the way down here.
Okay, it's gonna take an attack of opportunity. It has a 15-foot reach.
I'll use my cunning
Disengage?
action disengage.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll shoot it. 15 plus 11, so that's 26 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
7. I don't get sneak attack, right? Oh, wait, Bayani's right next to it.
Yeah, Bayani's right next to him.
Okay, so that
We're
was
spooning.
7 plus 22. So that's 29 total.
29? Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Next is Bayani.
Bayani, seeing this avatar, is gonna freak the fuck out. He's gonna run just 5 feet here to the north, and he's gonna go ahead and cast Misty Step to relocate himself right next to Celeste
Okay.
for his bonus action. And then with his action, he's gonna go ahead and just administer a potion, the potion of
Fantastic.
greater healing.
I was
That's
gonna
be a
say I
full
have one
action.
on me
So-
if you want. So
No, it's okay. So you get the full of it because it's the whole action, right? So
Yes.
that would be 20 HP to you. And as I pour it down your lips, and as your eyes open, I say, one more dance. And I'm gonna go ahead and, with the rest of my movement, just run to the west 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna end my turn.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
He's a prince.
All right. Next is Celeste.
Awesome. Well, now that I don't have to make death saves anymore, we're back in business. Okay. Golly gee, mister, you sure are strong. I'm gonna go ahead and cast... I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use a hero point to make it work.
Okay. So it crits.
9. Okay. So I'm gonna double what I roll because it's 68 and that got. And then I need a Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh, for the poison condition,
Yeah.
he is immune to the poison.
Okay, can't be poisoned. So a crit that was 42 points of
Amazing.
poison damage. Yeah, poison damage. Oh, I couldn't power this spell too. Yeah, I'm gonna burn another rosary point. To empower it and then empower the other two. Go ahead and reroll. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh. So that's 37 actually total, and that goes up to 74 total poison damage.
Oh my god.
74?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, and that is my
Okay.
spell attack. And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I should have done this first, but I'm stupid. As a bonus action, you see her as she stands up. She grabs what looks like her muzzle all of a sudden that appears in her hand, and as she rips up, she pulls shadows out of her mouth, and it sculpts into a huge demon fox with 9 tails and slams it out in front of her, and she casts her Beast of Ill Omened, and a 9-tailed fox is gnashing at the teeth, and their tails are flying everywhere.
Okay. Amazing. So you do that. Okay. You see him rail in pain. You did a really good number on this avatar. He is going to... Everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17.
Moon's blushing after that spell. Oh, that was hot. 17.
7.
That was a con.
Yes.
17.
21.
23.
Okay. Those who failed are blinded for 1 round.
Not again.
Yep.
You're so cool. Don't worry, you got this.
But it's
eyes.
but it's only for the next turn.
Yeah.
So, Moon, your blind fighting can still come into play. Oh no, you got 17. So only one person failed. It's fine. Now, here's the sucky part, and I'm really sorry about this. I need another Constitution saving throw for Bayani, Celeste, Hoon, and Andres.
Thing I should have thought about is maybe getting myself a health potion again to amp myself up, but I didn't do that. I forgot I had them.
17 again.
12.
Got a dirty.
19.
Okay. Who failed?
We don't know.
Just Andres.
I got a
Andres?
12. I know that.
Okay, you got a 12.
I don't think you gave us a DC.
Oh, a DC 17.
Yeah.
So, Andres, you take 32 points of damage. Everybody else takes half of that.
So 16.
You are also prone, Andres,
Okay.
and this whole area over here, and I will mark it. This whole area over here is difficult terrain.
Damn.
Cool. That is his turn. Boone, it's your turn.
Okay. Since I'm in the difficult terrain, if I'm like 15 feet away, so I would still be able to meet him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Spiritual weapon at 4th level
Mm-hmm.
and 2 attacks.
With the spiritual weapon?
2 melee attacks and then also casting spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
So
Spiritual weapon is force damage, correct?
yes.
Okay.
All right, I'll do the spiritual weapon first. Basically, what comes out is almost like this. It's essentially my holy symbol, but it's like a metal wheel, sort of plated with like serrated teeth.
Actually,
circling. What's up?
before everything, I forgot I skipped Andres. Andres is supposed to
Oh.
be start. That was my
Ooh.
Yeah,
bad.
go for it.
That was my bad. But like, keep in mind your turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna do much. I'm just gonna. I gotta use an action to get up, right?
5 feet of your movement.
5 feet of my movement. Okay. Well, then I'll use. Okay. So I'll get out of the difficult terrain. Or get like right over there. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
15 points. And then I am blind. And then I'll use let's see. I'm gonna use another I'm gonna use my other action for a potion of healing and just heal myself up. 11, 15 more points of healing.
Okay. With that 15 points of healing, he is gonna take a legendary action. Moon, I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. DC 17.
Where's Hoon on the map? I don't see you.
That was cocked.
Underneath the
Uh,
Mr. Man.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. You don't take any damage, but you're restrained. By-
tentacles?
Light tentacles.
Ooh.
It's chains made out of light.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Alrighty.
Okay.
Hoon, please do your turn.
Let's go. That is a melee spell attack. I'm gonna do the spiritual weapon foist. 24 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Bow, 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 bow. 14 points of force damage from the spiritual weapon. Again, it's this like serrated wheel of my holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 rapier attacks.
Okay.
That's gonna be A 15 to hit and a 22 to hit.
The 15 does not hit.
Okay, word. That's gonna be 10 points of slashing, and then also an extra d6.
Okay.
5 more points,
Okay.
and I'm staying engaged.
Alrighty. With that, he is going to actually. That's the case. He's going to make a legendary action. I need you to. Oh shit. Okay. You don't. There. Okay, you take 20 points of damage as a
Okay.
flare erupts next to you. Next is Moon.
What's the homeless guy doing?
He's
What's
gone.
Dr. Sikot doing as well? Is
He's
he just
on-
still like?
He's on
He's
the
passed
dais.
out?
He's dead. He's dead, baby, dead.
Okay. I have a question.
I probably have an answer.
Steady aim. As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll. You can use this only if you haven't moved this turn.
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, Moon's like, hey, this is kind of cozy. And, so my advantage will cancel out the disadvantage from being restrained. At normal, I will shoot gun. 11 plus 11, 22.
Hits.
Okay. That is 6 damage. And I don't have advantage. So that's just 6 damage. Yeehaw.
Cool. Next is Bayani.
Just doing like a general survey of the battlefield. How's everyone looking? Including
I'm
the
alive.
Avatar.
Avatar is looking pretty bad.
Okay. And how about my allies? Our friends?
I look really bad, but I'll use my next turn more wisely, and I'll use health potions.
Okay. Kind of sort of feeling the desperation here, not knowing that they're fighting a fucking god. Or the Avatar of one. Bayani's gonna slowly trudge with all of his might through the difficult terrain, and as he does so, he's gonna take his grandpa's bamboo knife and slowly try to run it across his hand here, just to draw a little bit of blood. And he's gonna hold it out towards the Avatar, and he's gonna say, "You want to get rid of the Fae? There is Fae magic in my blood. I'm here to stay. And for you, you're banished." And I'm gonna go ahead and cash banishment
Okay.
at the Avatar.
What is the DC?
Charisma saving throw of 19.
What?
All right. Okay, so describe to me how this banishment works.
I would like to say that as I am holding my two hands out, I'm holding it out with one hand, and then eventually the power is becoming too strong for Bayani, so he drops his knife and begins to hold it up with two hands. And as the pommel of the bamboo knife hits the ground, a sort of apparition comes up from the bamboo knife, and it's my grandpa. And he's right behind me, steadying my legs, steadying my wrist, steadying my arms. And he just says to me, "Good work, my boy. Good work." As I nod to him, he dissipates away, and I finish off the spell.
And as you finish off the spell, you see this, the avatar of Palor, the chains on Moon, they break off of you. You see that the heat that is emitting from this kind of avatar's head dissipates, and as you see its wings crunch in a way like it's imploding in itself, and as you see everything implodes into its sun, and as this magical effect tries to finish, you see him grasp at the rays of light that are coming through the clouds. You see the rocks split as rays of light destroy this battlefield that you have. You see everything is crumbling around you. You see he's trying to grasp. You're hearing him beg, "No, my job is not done. My Lord, my Savior, my God, my love." And you see desperation. He calls down a pillar of light, and everything in a flash of light dissipates. In silence. And you all... Bayani, you cast this spell, and you use all of your strength, and you start to open your eyes. You feel exhausted, but you're lying down on your back, and you see two men carrying what seems to be stretchers. And you are being carried onto a boat, and you look to your left, and you see Hoon. Hoon, you're starting to open your eyes as well. And you look, you're also on a stretcher. You all notice that whatever banishment you did, he called his one last trump card and destroyed most of the island, and you were all caught in the crossfire, but you survived. You are now being found the only survivors of this death game by the sailors that were sent here to retrieve whoever won or whoever survived. You're all on a boat. You're all on what you can call as an infirmary. You all wake. Exhausted, tired.
I'm snoring loudly.
Yeah. We're gonna fast forward about a day at least. While you got some rest. You were brought back to this lavish mansion. Something nondescript outside of the city walls. Something that you didn't even know existed. Lady Featherbottom comes to you with a kind of woven basket with cloth and like other fabrics on top of it, and basically gives you 5 of them, and he says, "Thank you, my champions, for making this year very fruitful. I hope to work with you again soon." And she caresses Andress's face. Sweet boy.
He just hits it out of the way. He's like, "No, we're not doing that. I just survived an attack from a god. I don't care who you are. We're not going to be working together again."
She's a little insulted and she leaves. And you guys are in this kind of like room. And in those bags are wads of cash. About 150,000 real each.
Adding to my inventory. Moon spoons her wad of cash and continues to sleep.
Yes. And yeah, you guys survived. Nobody knows about this whole ordeal. people heard that Father Alcaraz somehow left and fled for some reason. And the now new head of the church, Father Bowie, has said that there is going to be changes of how they do things and how they practice. They acknowledge that people who believe in the Fae have legitimate claim to their beliefs, and that the only thing that they need to do is to practice and preach how they want, where they want, in harmony. Now I'm going to go each around the table to ask what you guys do. I know that we were supposed to discuss this during the break, but we didn't have a chance to. I'm going to go around and ask what you guys do as an epilogue. Andres.
Andres comes out of this experience a little bit I guess shaken a little bit, and he decides that he's going to take his earnings and he's going to retire as a fighter, and he's going to open up his own gym and start coaching the new group of fighters in the pits.
Yeah, about a month out, you took over this one spot that we're actually gonna change scenes. This is more of a RP moment now. You open up your own spot and you have a lot of patrons. Word traveled fast in the underground fighting community, where you were one of the only survivors, one of the few survivors of that massive pillar of light that hit that island, and people wanted to learn from you, and you have garnered so much fame, more than you ever had. But yeah, it's Brenda comes to you and commends you for your work, and obviously was worried about what happened. But they decided that, they like what you're doing for the community, and they ask if they can have a job with you as a trainer at your gym.
Of course. Brenda can always have a job working at my gym, and I will constantly remember the rigorous training that she put me through. So she is constantly doing the grunt work around the building whenever I get a chance to make her do so.
She's all happy about it.
I'm like, go ahead, clean up the floors, clean up this. Remember the thing? Remember when I had to do that? Now it's your turn. Here at Josh, and I want to have a cheesy infomercial type thing, where it's like, my name is Andres Utak, and here at Shock Fu, we're gonna teach you everything you need to know to fight the bad guys.
The name of the goddamn thing is Shock. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go back and forth here. Moon, what is your...
Moon leaves shortly after. She'll leave a letter, and it'll be addressed to Celeste. And when it arrives, it is attached to a parcel that is very, very heavy. And inside, you would see that 162,000 real is inside. And there's also a norige, which is the small good luck charm pendant that Moon was wearing on her hanbok. And you see that the charm is completely red in color, and on the medallion there appears to be an embossed dragon swirling upon itself. and the medallion is rimmed in gold. And just the craftsmanship of this, you can tell that it is very, very, very valuable. The letter will read, Celeste, I hope that you are better at finances than I am, and that you'll be able to use this to help the people here, because I have to go. I've been thinking a lot about what Bayani and Andres have said, and there's some things that I've left behind, some things that I think I might be ready to try to address. I hope that all becomes well with you, and I will admit I regret not having an opportunity to dance with you at the ball. But maybe we'll meet again. Love, Moon. And there is a family crest on the bottom, inked underneath her name, and it's the exact same symbol as the Norige. The end of Moon. Goodbye.
Amazing. If that's the case, let's go to Celeste. You get this. This letter and these things. So, what is your bullock?
Yeah. When she receives that, she reads the letter and she kind of sighs because she wishes that she could have at least seen them off to their little adventure. And they sigh and they tie the Norige to their outfit somewhere, not like completely visible because like it's precious, so it's like kind of within her own little handbook that she's got going on. But she hides it a little bit just because she doesn't ever want to lose it. And then she's like, oh, crazy person, and then puts the envelope back, puts it in her bag, and then opens the package and goes, holy shit, and it cuts to her probably donating some of it. Maybe she like helps start like a seed for Andreas's like I don't know, gym or something like that. Like she helps invest it back into the people that need it and for like research and stuff like that. And I think one of the days when she catches up to Bayani, she would have, that was a hell of a dance. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll dance more. Trust
Yeah.
me, we will. You'll get something in the mail soon.
I keep getting things. And she kind of just thinks to herself, but partially she uses actually some of that money to book a ticket. And she decides that she's going to embark to try to find this temple where she can replace that statue and hopefully find the statue, and kind of starts to make research to see if she can find the statue, and starts that progress up.
Andres wants to give everybody a rooster feather jacket too,
Okay.
like similar to his
Oh
own.
my
Like everybody gets their own.
God. And on the back, it has our names.
Yes,
Oh my
God. Oh,
with
and
lightning symbols down the back too.
I will say what I will do is she would like rent out a space and probably an attendant for like however long she thinks is necessary to set up like a little honoring ceremony for each of her friends who helped defeat essentially Alcaraz, and it's kind of something where it's upheld in their memory, and it's nothing big or flashy or anything, but it's just something that if anything were to ever happen to them, like they have a place of honor that people could come visit and bring like things.
Okay. Amazing. Bayani.
Two things.
Mhm.
Hey, Hoon. You coming back or what?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I hope it's... Okay. I hope it's okay if, we have a third person joining us right here for dinner tonight. if you don't mind giving me some advice, and maybe like, you know, running to the restroom during it or something.
Yeah.
Maru's coming. And I think I want to marry her. And bring her back to the village when we all go.
Absolutely.
Can I just add something to this?
Sure.
Your knife and your bamboo like things, much more vibrant, much more shimmering. The reason why this is because before you spoke to Hoon, you got news. All is well at Mariposa Village, and they have fixed what was going wrong.
I mean, it's kind of custom in my village to get a blessing from one's own father. And I never really had a dad. But you're kind of like a dad to me, I guess. Do you
I start crying.
support this courtship?
Yeah.
I knew you would. Maru comes over. I ask her to marry me. She says yes.
Roll me. No, of course she does. Of course she does.
Okay.
Jesus.
Wow.
Imagine if I put it to a roll.
Oh my god.
I would like to do one last thing when we get back to the village, but I don't know if Hoon wants to do anything while we're here in Kandigan for your side.
I mean, probably, but do your thing.
Okay. While Hoon wraps up his business, and as we head back, the three of us back to Mariposa, there is both happiness and sadness as we arrive. Happiness because we arrived and we're getting married, but sadness because my grandpa passed, and there's going to be a funeral for him and a marriage to follow soon after. And as that all concludes, the funeral concludes, I go to my mother and I go to her room and go to the dresser where she keeps her clothes and pull out an old marriage outfit for a male halfling. I bring it out, call Hoon over, my mother over, Maru over. I wasn't able to do this when I was younger, but now I can. I think it's time to know where my father is, and I cast scrying over the clothing.
What's your DC?
I've met my dad, but I don't think so it would just be -4. It's 19 for a wisdom, -4. So whatever you roll, -4 for a wisdom saving throw.
Whatever I roll, -4, and I need to beat a 19.
Yes.
You you kind of zone in and you start breathing, and all of a sudden it feels like it's not you who's breathing, but somebody else. And you open your eyes, but you're not in Kandigan. You're by a mountainside. You see rocks and mountains and clouds. And you see that you're walking, you have sandals, and you have like more thicker clothing, kind of like for winter. And kind of walking by this mountainside, and you look up, and next to you is a giant. And you hear, "So, boss, we were just wondering if we can have the day off. We've been protecting the mountains for a bit. Maybe we can rest a little bit." And you see, yeah, sure. I don't care. And just like sits, and you see at a distance there is kind of like this golden temple. And you hear him say, "Tell them that that there's nothing to worry about. The bandits won't come back. It'll be fine." Then you zoom out.
All right.
And the temple that you see is foreign. You see that it's made out of gold. And this temple is in the shape of more of like a spire. And it has kind of, in our kind of like, in real world settings, it looks like those Thai kind of like structures, like tower-like temples, and it gives you an idea that he may be somewhere else.
Okay. Right before I pull out, I would like to think that this man is about to turn and give their face towards the orb, the camera,
Mm-hmm.
and as he's about to turn, as I see like the very bit of his face, I teleport out,
Mm-hmm.
and I whisper, "He's alive," and then that's how it ends for him, for Bayani.
Mm-hmm. Last but not least, Hoon.
I don't think I'm able to catch Moon before we leave to Mariposa, which
I think maybe you think you see a glimpse of someone that looks kind of like Andres, definitely wearing that rooster feather jacket. It says Moon on the back, but it's like a hybrid between Moon. If Moon had suddenly become very buff and muscular and broad-shouldered, so definitely filling out the jacket, but they kind of slip between the crowds.
So I get. Do I?
You want?
I
If you want to chase them down,
Yeah, I just gotta
but you
say,
don't know
yeah.
where they're going. Hey. Oh, Hoon. As you get closer, you see that I have a single bag. I typically don't carry my bag with me.
You heading out?
Yeah, I think it's time.
I didn't really have a plan before screaming out into a crowd. So,
Well,
and then
as someone who rarely has a plan, it typically just tends to play itself out.
I walk towards you, and in my first sort of even glimpse of like physical form of like affection towards really anyone, I like put like my snout up against your forehead and just like kind of putting a hand against your shoulder, just like squeezing you. Stay safe.
I can't guarantee it, but I'll definitely try.
Stay
And
alive.
I'll put, just in a very sudden burst, Moon just leans forward and grabs you into a tight hug. which is very cozy because just rock solid, muscular.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Um,
see you later.
yeah, yeah. And Moon will give you one more squeeze, leave, and you see that she's heading in the direction of the docks.
Some time passes after that. I go to Andres's gym, however long that kind of took place.
Mhm.
I think by this point, Bayani and I have plans to start heading out relatively soon. I think I'm like in the middle of a class just showing up, but I'm just kind of like nodding at you, like gesturing you over.
Yeah. Andres like turns to his group of students, and he says, "All right, everybody, do the 1-2 step that I taught you earlier." And they're doing the dance that he taught Bayani. The waltz.
Oh
He's
my
just
God.
making them waltz. They got to be good on their feet, and they got to learn how. You got to have a little bit of rhythm if you're gonna be in the ring. What's going on? You guys leaving?
Bayani's. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, we just wanted to say goodbye and maybe freshen up on their moves. They're going a little bit too fast. They're rushing.
Yeah, you should tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend here says you're rushing. Slow down.
Yeah, we're heading out. I mean, soon. I don't know if you want to get our last lunch or something, but.
We can go to the old people. You know, my favorite place.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
I am gonna kind of like give you like a very like a handshake, kind of like yeah.
Predator 1.
Yeah.
Arms in hand.
In your hand is a silver ring that has kind of like an engraved, almost like phoenix inside of it rather than on the outside. For as disrespectful of a motherfucker as you've been this entire time, you should be just more disrespectful to people.
Right back at you, jerk off. No, he goes, yeah. Thank you. Listen, if either of you need anything, you can always come to my gym, take a couple of guys, and just whatever you need them to do. Lift logs, fix a village, whatever you need. I know that you guys are going back. If you ever need help, some of these guys need some real strength training. So,
Good to know.
and if you ever need somebody to punch something, you got me too. I'm gonna miss you guys. What am I gonna do without you guys?
Get some fucking pussy. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I guess. Oh, Brenda, do you want to go on a date?
All right, now, Jesus Christ. That's sort of that. Before Celeste heads out, kind of grabbing her at the dorms. Would she just be like packing or like at the library or something?
Yeah, I think she would be packing up. She wouldn't like leave without saying goodbye to everybody, so she's kind of like packing her stuff for her appointment.
I don't have a gift in particular for Celeste. Didn't really seem like that was your thing. But just like knocking on your door frame.
Hey.
We're all heading out. Huh.
I don't that I like it.
Bioni's getting married.
I can't hear anything. Hello?
Talking straight into it,
There we
it's
go.
not working.
There you go.
That's wonderful. I'm glad he finally said something.
Yes, me too. I wasn't gonna be that helpful if he wasn't gonna already do anything about it. You're heading over to Sejin?
I am.
Let me know where you're staying, or I'll send me a letter or something.
I'll find you.
I think I'll be heading your way in a few months.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been there. I can't remember having been there, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful or terrible. I really don't know. I think this is more for me than you.
I mean, I can't remember anything either, but I definitely have memories there. Something there. Before you head out, I just wanted to... And just like after like a brief pause, like similarly to Moon, just kind of like comes in and like that term of like affection toward you, just like
Yeah.
the top of his snout against your forehead, like hugs you.
She reaches up her hand and kind of gently puts it on their jawline. She can't really hug that well, so she just kind of like gently presses her hand up against your face. You gonna be okay?
I'm gonna cry like a bitch when Bionic gets married.
I don't think it takes a bitch to cry about something like that.
I mean, I'll miss you, but I'll see you soon.
Hey, be good to yourself.
I will. There's that. I go to the bathhouse or to Wayland's house on
Yes.
on a day that I know that they're off for at least an hour. I think we had already, prior to like me showing up this time, I think we had several discussions of like, I think I'm going back to my village, but this is like the week that we're going back. And I don't know if Wayland had any answer or well, not answer, but like a response necessarily, but I just show up to like see if there's anything that we need to say to each other before we either part ways or whatever.
Yeah. She quit her job. And you know, money's no object, but you guys are already loaded at this point.
Yeah.
So they are willing to go to wherever you're going. Because they want to try what this is. There's no internet. There's no long distance thing that would work properly, so they're gonna go. They're adventurous.
Hoon is like so surprised. Hoon's just like ready to like, even though they weren't dating necessarily, just like a full like, I'm back, well, whatever.
At some point they say that it seems that they feel like you need somebody to be with you, and she thinks that you wouldn't do that to Bayani as he's getting married, and she would be happy to be your second while you're searching for answers for yourself, and to let Bayani be Bayani with his new life and with his new wife.
I'm just so like surprised and I just the most visible surprise.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, yes. Come with me.
She definitely, like, it's kind of hard to articulate right now, as like there's I'm trying to manage like several like endings, but definitely she, you know, she worries that you might think it's too much, obviously. But like if you will have her, she will go with you. And she definitely presents this whole thing as not like, hey, let's get married too, but more of like, I think she thinks that she needs a change in her life. And she thinks that you need somebody to be there for you as you're looking for. So I think her idea of it is she wants a new adventure, but at the same time wants to be able to help you.
So Waylon is also on our trip
Mhm.
back to Mariposa, and I think the last thing with Hoon is telling Bayani, I'm gonna spend these next couple of months with you, but then eventually communicating I'll be going to Sojin to find out a little bit more about myself and meet Celeste in that endeavor. And I ask to not only administer the funeral rites and be the funeral director, but also oversee and minister your wedding.
Okay. That sounds lit.
That sounds fucking great. And my last sort of like spell thing that I have going on for the funeral rite, although I'm sure it's been over a week since your grandfather died, I think I enchant something very particularly to make sure that your grandfather never becomes undead. Like the corpse never animates or anything like that. And for the wedding, bonding the two of you with, I think either you two giving each other the rings or the rings that I have presented are 2 platinum rings for my warding bond. But on top of the wedding ceremony, whenever you are together for the next 7 days, or just whenever we re-up this spell, basically, whenever you're together or within 30 feet of each other, you have a +2 bonus to your AC.
Hell yeah.
And the two of you will always protect each other whenever you're.
I mean, like, yeah. That's kind of cute. Yeah, and I would think that Bayani also sits down with you to learn the ceremony spell, just to kind of have that all down.
Yeah.
Um,
I give you and Maru big hugs.
you see at the wedding, Basilio is there as well. He's like the acting guardian of Maru, and he just like, you see him at one point turn around, put some water under his eyelids, and just turn back around. Just to emulate him crying for joy in this moment during the wedding. But yeah, Celeste, you had something to add.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I know that Moon gets like a couple days on Celeste for sure, but I really like to think of it as like from a camera view, you can see them on the edge of the ship headed off to Sojin, very excited. The sun is setting, and it snap cuts to a side by side of Celeste also on a ship a couple like days later, like a week later,
Yeah.
in a very similar position, but it's already night and the stars are out there, and she's fiddling with the letter and the norige in her hands, and she goes, "Okay, I guess I have a date in Sojin."
And to add on to that, we're gonna rewind a little bit, a few days. The day right after Moon says goodbye to Hoon, and you're walking to the docks, and Butch is there waiting for you with a bag. Hey kid,
You see my nostrils flare out and become very long and frog-like.
Yeah.
I'm just inhaling deeply. I hope that's food.
No. So lady of the house knew that you were gonna look. I put some food in it, but lady of the house wanted you to have this because going to Sojin, dragons and all, and he gives you a rifle.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a gun, but longer.
Yeah, and she thought you might wanna use that on your trip. Also, you do realize you're a few days early, right?
What do you mean?
You're a few days early for your trip.
Oh,
It's Tuesday next week.
oh. Can I stay at your place? I kind of already put in my resignation at the night house. Can I just sneak in through your window or something?
Anytime, kid, anytime.
Cool. Is the kitchen open?
Always for you, always. And as you're walking together, we smash cut when you say, "Guess you have a date." I guess.
Yeah, like is it
We
the
keep
same
missing
boat?
each other. We
just-
keep missing each other on the boat, and we
yeah,
just like,
it's like
"Aw."
it's the sunset. I'm just like, by the front, and I'm like, okay, time to go to bed.
We're
It's
the anime.
nighttime and you're
We're the anime opening or the closing where they're like the rivals back to back, and it's like the same day, but the rose petals are flowing past
Yeah.
us.
And as you guys are departing on the same airship, a few months later, we have a wedding. Andres, would you have attended the wedding?
Yeah,
Of course
he
you
would have. Of course he would have. Him and Brenda.
Yeah. And we close at a gravesite. You see, here lies Professor Sikat. Valdemiro Sikat. And putting flowers on his grave is Gomer. And he says, "Sorry, bud. I wish I was able to help." And you now see that he is once again head of our academy, and he leaves. And we end our season for Reckoning in Dodge Shadow there. Hope everybody had fun. Hope you guys at home, future people watching this, enjoyed our little 12 episode story. This meant a lot to us. Being able to play in an Asian setting, in D&D, in a fantasy game. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for coming back week after week. And hopefully we get the time to get together and do this again. Hopefully this isn't the last time we see these ragtag party on this screen. But again, check out more of our shows here at Going Critical. Check out each and every one in their respective social media and shows that they're about to do, because they're wonderful people. My name is Fabs. I'm your dungeon master. You can find me at Rockets and Pens. You can also find me here doing Manhattan by Midnight on Tuesdays. I also produce a show on Fridays for Joe called Farewell Yellow House. They will tell you a little bit more about that. But yeah, let's meet the rest of our party again and find out where to find them. Cool. Let's start with Luke.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for freeing me from the grasps of this Twitch channel. I appreciate all of your Prime subs. If you didn't Prime sub during this, man, you're going to make me feel stupid, so you might as well Prime sub right now. You can find me at Luke Trevisi, LukeTrovese, at Instagram or Twitter. I'm way more active on Instagram. I've got some fun videos coming out soon. It would be great to see to have you come watch some of those. I also have some stand-up dates that are coming up as well. I have an all Filipino show coming up in Brooklyn on the 20th, the day before my birthday. So if you're free, feel free to come through. It'd be a lot of fun to have you.
Amazing. Toffee.
Hey everybody, I'm Toffee. Thanks so much for watching and supporting us the entire way through. It's been a blessing to be a part of this table and part of this campaign and a part of this story. If you want to find more of my work, just follow me on Twitter at Toffee Plays, and maybe find me in some of my like real life acting stuff. I might post about it on my Twitter there. At the end of this year, there's going to be a short film that I was a part of called Good Filipino Kids, about like modern day Filipinos and the problems they go through. So there's that. And yeah, just one last Asian recommendation for y'all.
Hell yeah.
Just everything Asian. That's all I got. Just, support yourself. If you haven't tried, a certain thing because you're scared or you don't know what it's like, just fucking try it. The world is very big and there's a lot of things to try, and all of Asia has so much to offer. So, thank you.
Hell yeah. Saf.
Hi, I think it's working. Hi, I'm Saf. I'm probably the most active on Instagram and Twitter, so you can find me there at a clerical error 748 or a clerical error 7. All the numbers. I know I couldn't catch it. What can you do? But if you're interested in TTRPG or just nerdy streetwear in general, you can find that at arcanewares.com. And we're going to be having some new drops soon. So, dude, you're so sweet. Yeah, you can find all that good shit over there. So
Shipping is fast and quality is good.
Hell yeah.
Too kind. But this has been so awesome and really, really good for my spirit. So thank you guys so much.
Amazing. Joe.
Hi everybody, I'm Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend. You can find me here again, going for an RPG for the next couple of Fridays for Farewell Yellow House, which is my Call of Cthulhu game that I have. It is about a family and a very mysterious missing matriarch of a massive inheritance. I'm a player at Roll for Luck. I have a podcast about monster fucking with my friend Cleric34. Monster Fuckers Anonymous. We just came back from our break. It'd be great to see you. Lots of things happening in October, charity streams and all of that. Follow me on Twitter. It's just gonna be the easiest thing at Scary Dog Friend. Thanks for.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, Stella.
Hello, I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV on all other social media. I'm a TTRPG performer and producer. If you want to find out any information about all the stuff that I'm doing, you can find it on my Twitter. And I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. This has been literally life-changing for me. It has really changed the way that I approach just how I structure literally everything of my job. Because once I got a taste of this, I was like, I want this for everyone else. Like, this has to be like the new normal. Like, this is amazing. Just eye-opening, heart-opening, and it just hits differently. And I want to say thank you so much, Fabian, for making this possible. This was your idea, baby. You put so much love and passion into it. Every week it hit real good, and it just everything was wonderful. And y'all better tune in to the second season whenever that is, because you didn't learn anything about Moon. You might next
Soon
time.
will. Yeah. Cool.
What's up with all the dragons?
Hell yeah. And yeah, again, thank you very much for joining us, for being a part of this whole thing. We're excited to bring you more stuff. This October is going to be crazy for the channel. So stick around, follow us on Going Crit RPG. We have a Patreon. We're going to have a few new homebrew stuff soon. So check that out. And we have a Discord as well. So join our community, be a part of this thing. Thank you so much. We enjoyed so much. We love you. See you guys next time. Bye.